Welcome in, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritzman here alongside Ryan and Chandler, who are in the background right now working on some stuff. We wanted to break in live for this update, especially with the traffic update in West Michigan right now. We do have a 20 vehicle pileup on M6. We have Evan on the scene. We also have Drew out there. I'll go ahead and bring his camera in if it's up. It's not up yet. Let us know how we're sounding as well. And again, this is live on M6 in the Grand Rapids, Cascade, Thornapple Hills area. So this is kind of over by the Grand Rapids Airport at the current time. So good morning. I'll bring you guys' cameras on just for a little bit. Although Chandler, you are kind of blocking the other lane of traffic. Actually, you guys both are. There we go. But yeah, this is, I don't know if you guys can really see on the left side of the screen there, but on the left side of the screen, they have shut down the highway going the opposite direction due to the fact that they are trying to now remove vehicles from the scene. They had one semi that ditched it in the center median, and so they had to tow it out from the other lane, and so they, as you can see, have shut down traffic over there. Looks like Evan is changing his camera. I think there's somebody that's behind him. Oop. There we go. Yeah, again, for those who are just tuning in, feel free to smash that like button. We are live with chasers on the scenes, or on the ground this morning at some of these scenes, including on M6 here at 60th Street. So this is the overpass of 60th Street. As you can see, quite the pileup there, and they have now closed down westbound traffic to clear one of the semis that is in the median. You can see the tow truck there on the left side of the screen has now gotten the semi out of the median, but now they got to turn it around, and so that'll take probably another couple minutes here before they're able to resume traffic heading westbound. But again, just avoid the freeways this afternoon if possible. We do have near blizzard conditions or blizzard-like conditions going on across the state. For those who caught our live stream recently, we were talking about blizzard-like conditions possible today just because we have a decent snowpack on the ground from this weekend's winter storm. So all that snow and the 30 to 40 mile per hour winds today is just blowing around. It's causing a ground blizzard. It doesn't have to be snowing out there to have a ground blizzard. Again, it's just all that powdery snow that's just laying on the ground and blowing around in the lowest 10 to 20 feet of the atmosphere. So again, visibility is out there today under an eighth of a mile. And as a result, we have seen, as you can see on the screen here, this pileup here on M6. Again, this is the southeast side of Grand Rapids, near the Grand Rapids Airport. So if you know anyone that might be flying out or in to Grand Rapids today, please avoid M6. This is literally right next to the airport here, so it does appear they got that semi out. Yeah. see if this camera's on yet. It is. Yep, they finally got that semi out of the way. In fact, they pulled it all the way back behind those 6 emergency vehicles there. If you look at the top left side of the screen, that semi facing the wrong way is the vehicle they just pulled out. So M6 between I-96 and Broadmoor Avenue, that's M37. So that's exit 15 to the I-96 interchange, that 3-mile stretch there is closed right now, as you can see, but they're now starting to open up a lane of traffic heading westbound towards Broadmoor. You still want to avoid this area. It's going to be backed up for a while. You can actually see up there at the top of the screen, there's now vehicles coming the wrong way because obviously the highway's closed, but we have vehicles going the wrong way to get to the accident, and that includes tow trucks and emergency vehicles. So it's likely you'll see that also on the westbound side of traffic as well. We've actually seen that from Evan firsthand, where they're using the westbound lane to bring wreckers and emergency vehicles in on the other side. So again, just avoid this area for the next couple hours while they clear up this mess. Again, this has been going on now for I think 2 hours. I think it started right around 10 a.m. It is now 11:58, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. And while visibility has improved, again, the mess continues to just stay there. We have not actually seen too many vehicles over the last 2 hours get removed from the scene, besides that semi now that has been removed from the median on the left side of the screen. Yeah, I got it. So for those who are just tuning in, this is the Grand Rapids area, Kent County. The accident right now is right next to the Grand Rapids Ford Airport. It's a very busy interstate due to airport traffic. It's also the main bypass around Grand Rapids, so everyone's trying to use it. And right now you are not able to because all lanes are blocked. Again, this is now in both directions. As you can see, they're using both lanes to get this accident cleared. The accident is in between 60th and Thornapple River Drive. Evan is perched up on 60th, I think, right now, and so he's looking at the accident kind of towards the direction of Thornapple. But other than that, though, we still have plenty of accidents out there today across West Michigan. Primarily, we do have vehicles in the median at Burton Street on I-96. That's near exit 40 there, actually in between 40 and 43 on I-96. We do... wonder if this one's been cleared yet. It has not. Freeway closed at Glen Haven Shores. That's exit 26 in West Michigan, just north of South Haven. So if you're traveling 196 near Glen Haven, that is closed right now. I-94 is looking a lot better than it did earlier. We had about 5 different indicators along the stretch of I-94 here in just Kalamazoo County alone, as well as western Van Buren County. Eastern Van Buren County, and those have been all clear. Traffic still slow going out there. We do have one incident over in Battle Creek as well on westbound I-94, left lane blocked due to a crash. And then we also have a couple on the east side of the state, one north of Milan, that's a disabled vehicle, and we have a crash on westbound I-94, right shoulder at M10. But most of these accidents to weather are going to be over here on the west side of the state right now. And primarily the one that we're focusing on is the one that has M6 closed right near Broadmoor. Yeah, I like your comment there, Chandler, about still part of Grand Rapids Metro. Mm-hmm. Again, if you know anybody that is traveling in and around, I should just say West Michigan in general, but specifically right now on M6, please like and share this stream, even if you don't know anybody that is. This may get into the stream of other people that you may know or may not know that will help them out in terms of traveling this afternoon. So again, like and share. It goes a long ways here. We do appreciate you guys' support here, Michigan Storm Chasers, as we work to make sure everyone is safe on the roads today. Absolutely. Southbound. And this lake effect is going to be ongoing all day today, so even if you have an evening commute tonight, these lake effect bands are not going anywhere. Just looking at some of the meso-analysis behind the scenes right now, we have a very unfavorable environment for lake effect development statewide, I should say. Humidity values and the dendritic growth zone that we talk about often here as forecasters is pretty deep for lake effect snow to form, not only west of 131, but east of 131 as well. So that goes over to the Lansing area and even over into the Thumb in southeast Michigan, where we do see one or two isolated lake effect bands, also known as snow squalls, making its way to the east side of the state this afternoon, as it's now 12:04 p.m. So do keep in mind, while accumulations will be small today, we do have ground blizzard conditions possible and perhaps a quick inch or two of snow over on the east side of the state. It's just going to be very hit or miss in nature compared to the west side. And again, right now we are live on 4 different platforms, Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch. I know if you're watching on YouTube specifically, if you need to go about your day and want to keep this going on in the background, YouTube's the best place to watch. You can keep it open on your phone, pop in an earbud or something and listen to the stream. But again, travel conditions are going to be bad throughout the evening as well, especially in West Michigan. This also goes all the way up to Lake Michigan shoreline. So I've already seen snow reports, guys, of 6 inches even up by Traverse City today. This lake effect band is verifying the forecast, and it's actually getting to the point now where some of these locations are maybe starting to overachieve. Again, 4 to 8 inches all up and down the West Michigan shoreline from Pellston all the way down to pretty much Niles, Michigan. But again, we've had a couple snowfall reports come in this morning and now this afternoon of 6, 7, and even 8 inches for portions of west and northwest lower Michigan. And again, 8 inches is the top of the range for what's supposed to fall today. So if you get over that, that is an overachiever officially. Yeah. And just as a reminder, looking at what we saw with the 196 situation a couple, was it 2 weeks ago now or something like that? It was pretty recent. Last week, yeah, it's just these weeks run all together. This freeway will likely be shut down for at least a couple more hours. We saw 196 was shut down from 10 a.m. to about 6:30, if I recall, and that was a 100 vehicle accident. This has been shut down now for over 2 hours. It started right around 10 a.m. and I've only seen one semi removed from the scene so far. And again, right now it's estimated that there are 20 to 30 vehicles, mostly semis, involved in this accident. Although you can see on the right side of the screen there's about 6 or 7 cars down there in the ditch. Trying to see over the radar there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7 of them. Actually an 8th, I think, even further off to the right. But yes, this is M6 for those who are just tuning in. It's right next to the Grand Rapids Ford Airport. If you guys have traveled M6 before, it's right as you get to Broadmoor. So this is actually heading eastbound. So this is actually heading towards I-96. Thornapple River is the next road down. It's actually at the top of the hill up there in the distance. Evan is right now at 60th, taking a view of this accident. That's true. There we go. Now they can hear you guys.
There is another accident, Joel, on I-94, just to the east of, it looks like, I'm sorry, to the west of Michigan Avenue and M311, which is near Firekeepers Casino. Looking at the traffic camera there, it does show a standstill at, I believe that's 11 Mile Road and I-94. So if you are heading into the Battle Creek area, there is a slowdown there on 94.
Yes, southeast side of Battle Creek. Oh yeah, take a look at that. That's about a 3 mile back up there, and you can actually see, I think it looks like there's an emergency vehicle down there in the shoulder heading towards the incident. So again, 94, we've already seen it this morning. We had 5 different incidents on 94 in Kalamazoo County and eastern Van Buren County, but now we do have another backup back in Calhoun County, as Chandler mentioned, near 9 Mile, but the accident goes all the way back towards 11 Mile. Go back to Evans Cam live at the 20 to 30 vehicle pileup on M6 here, right near Broadmoor, exit 15.
They have temporarily shut down the westbound direction as well to rearrange some emergency vehicles to assist for the eastbound lanes there. It's like they're going car to car to check for injuries right now and assess that situation to make sure there is no life-threatening injuries at this time. Again, huge thank you to the first responders and tow truck and plow drivers out there who are working hard in these elements. Again, that is not an easy job. Huge thank you to all of them out there.
Yeah, the other side is shut down now. As you can see, traffic has stopped. That's a really sketchy hill to be stopped on. I can tell you that firsthand, driving that stretch all the time, especially recently in the winter. That is not a good hill to be situated on, especially if you're heading westbound. So the traffic coming towards the camera there. But again, emergency crews got to do what they can to get all of these vehicles out of the way, and that does include bringing some vehicles onto the westbound traffic or into the side that's facing westbound. So do avoid both eastbound and westbound 96 here on the southeast side of Grand Rapids Metro, which is more of the Caledonia Forest Hills area this afternoon. Again, this is going to be probably going on for, I would say, another couple hours. Again, we've only seen, for those who are just tuning in, one vehicle removed so far. You can see ambulances also now heading the other way down the highway to clear those who are likely injured from the scene. Ryan, if you're here, did we get confirmation on the buses taking people to the warming center?
I have not got confirmation on that
Okay.
yet. It's just speculated at this point.
Oh, yep, right there, actually. Left side of the screen, you can see they've brought in the Rapid Bus, which is one of Grand Rapids' metro buses there. So they are now officially bringing vehicles in to take people away from the scene to a warming center. The warming center is to be determined. I did see something about that in our comments section about they're going to bring in the Rapid buses, and that actually is happening right as we're talking about it. So as you can see there, it headed the wrong way down the highway to get to the scene, and again, they're going to start loading people up there very shortly.
This is on M6 near the Grand Rapids Airport, not 131. You're looking at the eastbound lane with the majority of the emergency responder vehicles there and the vehicles in the ditch. The westbound lane is further up on your screen there and shows the wrecker parked perpendicular with the roadway there. Again, in the wintertime on days like this, if you guys do have to travel, make sure that you have extra fuel in your car. Make sure that you have a blanket and some gloves to stay warm in the event that something like this happens, so you do not become a hazard to first responders by running out of fuel. And most importantly, if you are caught in a pileup like this, stay in your vehicle until help arrives and can come and check car to car. Stay in your vehicle. The worst thing you could ever do is step outside while a pileup is still ongoing.
Again, for those who are just tuning in, we just shared this all over Facebook right now. So for those who are just tuning in on Facebook, this is M6 in the Grand Rapids area. So between I-96 and exit 15, which is Broadmoor, M37. This is a 20 to 30 vehicle pileup. We have Evan there on the scenes. This accident has been going on for now almost 2 hours and 15 minutes, give or take. And they've only cleared one vehicle from the scene so far. They now have buses on the scenes that are bringing people in to ship people away from this incident, bring them to a warming center. Again, it's a very cold day out there. Wind chills are right around 0 this morning. They were colder, of course, earlier today, but they are now warmed up to around 0 degrees. And again, if you know anybody at all in the Grand Rapids area or anyone traveling in West Michigan in general today that may be traveling for something that's unnecessary, please tell them to stay off the roads, because again, this is some of the scenes that we're seeing out there. Now, as you can see right now, it looks nice and sunny with a couple light flurries, but if you look at our page, if you go back on our Facebook page to about 2 hours ago when this accident first started, you can see it was whiteout conditions. Visibilities were down near 500 feet. So again, these squalls come and go in waves, and they do come and go very, very quickly. So please take that into account no matter where you're driving up and down the Lake Michigan shoreline today. And again, for those who are over on the east side of the state, you are not out of the woods either. We do have a couple snow squalls moving your way today with this extra lake effect. These extra lake effect bands that are heading to your side. Accumulations will be light, but with the winds out there being 30 to 40 miles per hour and kicking up that powdery snow that you got this weekend, that's just going to cause these visibilities to also drop on your side of the state. So please be careful. And you can actually see right now over there in the center median, I don't know if I'm guessing Evan notices that, but they are now taking people from the scene to the bus. Those 4 people that are walking through the median, those are people that are all involved in that accident.
Again, just a great reminder here, folks. Everybody never thinks it'll happen to them, right? The problem is we're all somebody else to somebody else. And so being prepared and having a reactive mindset, having, warm shoes in the vehicle, having boots in the vehicle during the wintertime, extra jacket, maybe some blankets, always making sure you have at least half a tank of fuel in the vehicle, gloves, hats, so that way in case something like this does happen, you are not unprepared for a situation like this. It's been a morning of whiteouts, and we expect that to continue for the majority of the day if you're kind of on the west side of the state with this lake effect that we're seeing today.
Again, all those people going through the median right now, those are all the people that were involved in the accident. They are now heading to the Rapid City bus. So shout out to the City of Grand Rapids for providing that. They're going to take them to a local warming center. Not sure. We'll work to hear behind the scenes where they're taking these individuals that were in the accident. But again, get them out of the elements. Wind chills there near zero or even lower out there this morning. So it's not a good time to be in an accident. And again, it's going to take a while to clear this traffic today, as you can see. The bottom of the screen, you'll also notice we have our active alerts that are ongoing out there. Winter weather advisories in effect all up and down the West Michigan shoreline. Pretty much if you're along and west of 131, that goes all the way from the Indiana border up to around Petoskey, Michigan. So that's a very long stretch of West Michigan that is in a winter weather advisory. Again, 2 to 5 or 4 to 8 inches possible has already fallen today. We could see additional accumulations later this afternoon and evening. Lake effect snow still continuing out there in some capacity, and some of these lake effect bands are making it to the east side of the state. So if you're over there in southeast Michigan, in the thumb, accumulations will be light, but again, with the wind out there, it's going to drop visibilities like a rock, so be safe. The crash is for traffic heading eastbound. If you're heading westbound, they have closed this freeway because, as you can see here, they're now bringing a dump truck, or they've now towing a dump truck that was involved in this accident out of the way. So this is now the second vehicle that we're seeing removed from this scene. So if you're heading eastbound or westbound, you do want to avoid the area because, as we've seen, there's now been intermittent closures of the highway on the west side.
I would imagine they probably have the exit ramp stopped or blocked off on 96 heading to M6. I can't imagine they would be still having traffic merge onto M6 at this time. Maybe they are, but I would imagine they have it
I would
either
be shocked.
rerouting around it.
I'm curious to see as well. It looks like it's still open. So again, if you are trying to get westbound from 96 onto M6, please avoid that exit ramp. It may look like it's open, but as you can see here, it is clearly not. They are stopping and starting traffic kind of semi-frequently here as they continue to actually tow vehicles through the median to the other side.
Can't tell from the traffic camera here. They have one right at M6 and 96.
That's facing westbound. It's facing away from kind of the...
See, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. That's looking towards Thornapple River Drive, not the river itself.
Thornapple Point, great golf club. If you've never been and you like golf, check them out.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
How do people get out of there without their car? So as you can see right now on the left side of the screen, there is a Rapid City bus. It's that little white and light blue bus there on the westbound traffic that has come in to ship people away from the accident.
I will be right back.
Okay.
I'm going AFK.
It almost looks like they are now trying to turn around. They're trying to turn around the traffic, perhaps. Right here in the bottom of the screen, they're telling people to move their vehicles. And we just continue to get more and more industrial-sized tow trucks coming backwards down the freeway up there in the top center of your screen. Again, there's just kind of eyeballing it right now. I see about 8 different vehicles and about 10 or 12 different semi-trucks. Again, this is a 20 to 30 vehicle pileup here in M6 near the Grand Rapids Ford Airport. So this is the southeast side of Grand Rapids. Yes, Elizabeth here in chat also mentioning I-196 shut down in Allegan County. Yes, that is true. That has been also shut down for a couple hours due to, I think, a multi-vehicle accident there. If you know where Glen Haven is at, that is exit 26 or 109th Avenue. So if you're heading down 196 in southern Allegan County, that is currently closed due to a multi-vehicle accident. Oh, they're trying to move the fire truck. That's what they're trying to do here. Bottom of the screen. That's Dutton's police police and fire.
Well over an hour, probably close to 2 hours.
I'll turn on my radio too here. We actually do have tow trucks that have, or not tow trucks, plow trucks that are actually plowing the shoulder so emergency vehicles can get through. And again, if you are on or going to be traveling in the region of M6, I would say over the next couple of hours, even if you don't know anybody, please hit that like button and share this via word of mouth if possible. Again, we saw this with the 196 accident about a week or week and a half ago now, where the highway was shut down for about 8 hours of the day, and this has already been shut down for 2.5 hours, and there's only been 2 of the vehicles partially removed from the accident in this time. So it's going to take a little bit. We do have a lot of response now up there in the top right of the screen. There's been a lot of different tow trucks that have come in. So we'll start to see these vehicles start to get cleared out more frequent, probably in the next 1 or 2 hours. But again, for the time being, please let anybody know that you can that might be traveling M6 today to avoid the area. And again, if anyone is traveling that might not need to travel, today is just not a good day to do it. Again, West Michigan is continuing to be dumped on by the lake effect machine, as we've seen so far this winter. I know Muskegon is about, I think, 30 inches over their average for the year. I may be wrong.
Wow.
Grand Rapids is, I think, as of the most recent couple of lakeshore events, they are now over their average for the year as well. So winter continues here in the state of Michigan, and lake effect snow will continue throughout the day today.
As Joel said, if you are going to be traveling this stretch of road at all, plan an alternate route or plan a different time to do it, because this is going to be closed for quite a while.
Looking now on the left side of the screen, they are now getting one of the dump trucks that was involved in the accident turned around, it appears. Once they get that out of the way, they may let a little bit of traffic through, but again, the rapid bus is also sitting there. It's tough to determine if there's still people that need to get on that rapid bus, so it's probably going to be a little bit before they get that westbound traffic going, I would presume. Again, for those who are just tuning in, since I know people are coming in and going out, this is M6 near Broadmoor. So this is the southeast side of Grand Rapids near the Grand Rapids Ford Airport. If you guys have traveled M6 before, it's kind of the bypass that goes around the south side of the Grand Rapids Metro. 20 to 30 vehicles in this accident. It's kind of a split 50-50 between vehicles and semis, or cars and semis, as you can see there. A lot of the accident here is on the eastbound side, but they are removing vehicles and they're taking over to the westbound side to get them flipped around and towed away. I'll go ahead and actually, real quick, to bring in the map so you guys can see where it's at on the map. This is this little red dot right here. As you can see, the Grand Rapids Ford Airport is right to the west. So this is that stretch between 986 and M37. This is Broadmoor. So about 3 or 4 miles worth of freeway here, all shut down in both directions at the current time. So again, if you're coming towards M6 and you don't see barriers up from I-96 going onto M6, just know that the highway is closed. Again, they've got to flip around some vehicles onto the westbound traffic. So avoid M6 in general. Continue up 96 if you do need to travel here today in the Grand Rapids area. Zooming out, you can see there's multiple incidents all across West Michigan, including that closure as well down on I-196 near Glen Haven. We'll go back to Evans Cam here in Caledonia. Got Mugisha here in chat saying, currently stuck in the middle of it. Are you heading eastbound or westbound? Moving the vehicles around is like a slide puzzle. Yeah, absolutely. There's not much space to work with here, but they did get so they got the fire trucks flipped around. It does appear that they've got 1 or 2 tow trucks hooking onto some semis up there in the top right of the screen. All those flashing lights up there where the tree line is at.
I think it's your face on M6, essentially 196, Holland. Seems like the lake is kind of disorganized. Like the worst conditions in Western here. Now anything safe here. I don't think Grand Rapids traffic is really bad again. It's rush hour. That's what we're leaning towards right now.
The winter weather advisory is in effect for another 6 hours tonight, so it's in effect till about 7 p.m. The accident that you are seeing on your screen happened right around 10 a.m., so it's been going on. The shutdown's been going on for 2.5 hours now.
I am back, Joel. Looks like they're making some progress here.
Yeah. So top right of the screen, they did get. There's about 6 different industrial-sized wreckers out there right now. Looks like they've got 2 of the semis hooked up. At the current time, they've only flipped 2 of the vehicles onto the westbound traffic. They're still sitting there on the shoulder, closest to us there on the westbound traffic. So.
I am poking around looking for any more accident reports. It does show officially closed now. on maybe you've gone over this already, but it does show officially closed on M6 on mapping softwares. Looks like we could be looking at another accident on 131, just north of the business 131 loop near Kalamazoo. I will see if I can confirm that. It does show a slowdown on the drive map at the just to the south. Let's see if I can get better. Yeah, just to the south of D Avenue, it does show cars in a line, not a pile up or anything like that, but there is for sure a slowdown there with some pretty intense lake effect over the 131 corridor, in between Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids, just to the south of Alamo there. How could we forget?
Real quick, in terms of alerts out there, there's also a special weather statement out for Montcalm, Gratiot, Ionia, Clinton, Eaton, Ingham, Calhoun, Jackson counties for moderate snow, of course. Snowfall rates are about 1 inch per hour, and we do have the blowing snow out there, so winds up to about 30 miles per hour.
Hey,
Again, this is
Joel,
8 counties.
take-
Go ahead.
Take my screen. Talking about blowing snow here, this is a perfect example. Near
Wow.
whiteout conditions are ongoing here. I can't even see 131 very well at all. This is heavy lake effect snow, but also blowing here off of the roof of marine truck parts on this camera. So this is the conditions that can really, cause these pileups and can cause these quake happening incidents, just because these conditions are, you go from sunny skies to this in a matter of a few minutes or seconds, really. So we're going to scan up and down here looking for anything else to occur, because of now is a good time for an accident with these conditions. It's pretty bad out here.
I want to take I'll take my cam for like 5 seconds here. I just wanted to highlight this strongest lake effect band right now is oriented from northwest to southeast. The camera that Ryan was just showing is right where that X is located, and we've circled where the heaviest of the band is. And again, it's just south of that accident on M6, but this is now presenting a travel concern for perhaps 196 here from Jenison down to Holland. You also have 131 from Cutlerville down to Wayland. You even have some of the M66 corridor, and if it makes it over to the I-69 corridor, you also have I-69 that runs through here. So you have 196, 69, and US 131 in this lake effect band now. So if you're traveling any of these interstates right now, or over the next couple hours, definitely some forced slowdowns due to weather. And so you do want to take that into account if you are traveling and you need to travel this stretch of highway.
I can confirm as well over toward 69 Charlotte Fire Department cam was in heavy lake effect snow a little bit ago.
Mhm.
It has since cleared up, but the roads are still snow covered.
Yeah, so special weather statement in effect. Winter weather advisory is also in effect. A couple of special weather statements also down for Branch and Hillsdale County as well. That's part of the northern Indiana zone. That is for the same hazards of blowing snow, 20 to 35 mile per hour winds. Quick snowfall accumulations up to 1 inch possible. Oh, they're now starting to let a little bit of the traffic through. Did just see one semi get cleared on the eastbound side. Looks like they're about to get their next vehicle out of there as well. Did they get that semi flipped? I'm trying to figure out if they got that semi flipped around or if they're just going to take it the wrong way for westbound traffic up there. So for those just tuning in, there's two vehicles that are on the westbound side, which is the traffic heading towards the camera here, that were pulled from this accident and put on the other side of traffic. And again, that semi that you can see at the top of the screen is facing the wrong way up by those flashing lights there. Also want to take notice, look at the drifting up there at the very top of the screen where the highway is. There's nobody on the highway. Just saw a lot of those drifting going on, and Ryan Chandler, does look like this lake effect band is starting to maybe meander back into the area here.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. They've been kind of flirting with the edge of it here for the last 45 minutes or so since we've been live, really. But I would agree with you. It does look like it's about to wander back over the area there. I am here, Joel, in the background. I am just working on a couple other things. So if I just don't respond, that's why. Sorry.
Okay. Drew is also chasing with us this morning. He is near the area. I don't remember where he last reported. I think he's pretty close to Broadmoor, near Evan, but he is deciding his next move here soon in terms of chasing.
He's going to be over near Byron Center, Cutlerville to be exact.
Gotcha. Traffic now resuming slowly, heading westbound. Again, still would avoid the area, even though it does look like it's starting to clear up. We probably will see a couple vehicles continue to get towed across the median here in the next couple of minutes. But for the most part, a lot of these vehicles are on the eastbound side. So Drew's repositioning, it sounds like. Again, if you're just tuning in, current time right now, 12:40 p.m. on January 27th.
The sun is now shining in the middle of this lake effect band over in Moline. You see the sun shining through. It's crazy. You can't see it. It's behind the cameras up there. Let me tilt it this way. There you go. But you can see it's shining nice and bright.
Yeah, as our mod said, keep continuing to like and share the stream. It does help out your Michiganders. Even if you don't know anybody that may be traveling in this area, it does help this feed get into the streams of others if you do like and share. So appreciate it very much. Any comments as well in chat, they all help out the same. So thank you guys very much that have been supporting so far. We are going to continue to stay on the scene and watch them clear out this accident so we can let you guys know firsthand when M6 is able to be reopened, especially heading eastbound towards 96. It looks like the rapid bus is gone too. It looks like they have officially transferred everyone that was involved in this accident out of the way.
Looks like the westbound lanes are starting to flow a little bit better now.
Yeah, that camera that Ryan had up was the Frontier truck parts cam in Moline.
Yeah, it's lit up a lot there. In fact, the sun is back out and shine. So it's teetering with that lake effect band, as we were just talking about.
No problem, Diane and girl. You guys are appreciated. Yeah, they're doing exactly what I thought they were going to do. They're towing that truck, one of the trucks that's in the accident, back up the other side. So I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of behind the tree. Ryan, if you see my mouse on the screen here, there's that semi up there is heading the wrong way. They're towing it up the wrong way to get it off the highway, which is that's going to be about a 3-mile tow, unless they find a median to switch over to up there to head the right way. Yes, we have seen a couple ambulances. It does appear like it's just fire and rescue on the scene now. We did have a couple ambulances in here at the beginning of the accident. Those have been cleared. Now getting another semi out of the way, as you can see. The eastbound side there, starting to tow it up the hill. This is M6, southeast side of Grand Rapids in the Caledonia Forest Hills area. If you guys are familiar with the Grand Rapids Ford Airport, the M6 interstate is the bypass that goes next to the airport and around the south side of Grand Rapids. Eastbound is the lane that this accident's in. Westbound is on the other side there. Left side of the screen, that is westbound traffic. It does appear like it's starting to move now. But again, with how many vehicles are still left in this accident, they could still tow vehicles to the other side. There are, in fact, 2 vehicles, if you can see them in the median. One very far up there in the distance on the center of the screen. And you also have a white SUV down there at the bottom left of the screen next to the tow trucks there. They may need to tow that out the other side, depending on where exactly they're going to take it. So they could shut down westbound again at a moment's notice, but as of right now, it is reopened to a crawl. I would still avoid the area if possible. See if I can get some display on screen here.
And just like that, over at Moline is barely snowing again. It's crazy how fast conditions can just change.
Yeah, the radar on the bottom right of the screen is from Evan's stream, so he's also live right now. Storm Chaser Evan Heemstra. We have our own radar as well that will probably pop in the bottom left or just bring up at a moment's notice. So I'll actually bring that in right now, just as we have a minute here. This is live radar across West Michigan. The darker the blue, the heavier the snowfall rates. And that accident rate now is right here, right outside the Grand Rapids Airport. And so the heaviest of the lake effect band right now, crossing Ottawa, southern Kent, and into Barrie County down towards the 96 corridor this afternoon. Now, current time 12:48. That's actually a really nice looking squall. Not good for traffic though, right in this area, and it's heading towards Jackson.
I just got done saying how well it cleared up at Moline, and 30 seconds later, it's back to almost whiteout conditions.
Yeah.
These bands are crazy.
And that is the Frontier Truck Parts cam. I'm curious to see if there's any other whiteout cams. I know our Hudsonville cam's probably in the whiteout. Byron Center's probably in the whiteout as well. Both of our auto body expert parts cams. Tough to tell though.
There's Byron Center. It's barely snowing there.
Interesting. That changes really quickly.
Look off to the left side of the screen there. You can tell that there's a heavier band of snow probably about a mile or two down the road. I'll keep an eye on that cam. The Hudsonville cam, it is snowing pretty good there.
Sorry. Oh yeah.
Hope you're good.
That would be 196 in Hudsonville, which is where we saw that 100-car accident last week and a half ago now. So again, this not only impacting M6 out there where Evan is at, but also other major interstates such as 131, 196, portions of 96, especially in Ottawa County, but also even towards the Lansing area, I-69 south towards Charlotte and Olivet, and even some of this lake effect snow impacting the entirety of the I-94 corridor. That was Drew. He's out there right now. He is on M6 but heading the opposite direction. So he's one of the squalls right now in the Wyoming, Jamestown area, just north of Byron Center. So M6 in the other direction, as you can see here, there's really not much of a lane. So for those just tuning in, this is M6 eastbound at 60th Street. Did we lose connection here? Nope, we're still good. Is our chat down, Ryan, by chance?
Um,
I'm not getting any chat.
I'm not
through
aware.
Here. Let me restart chat. All right, for those who are watching, type something in chat, like hello or where you're watching from. It just randomly kicked everybody out of chat for some reason. That was really random. I'm not getting anything on my side, Ryan. But it says we're still live, so I don't know.
Ryan, I just want to give an update for the sake of the stream, but seeing a lot of players with really
I'm not getting a chat on my end as well.
great, but I think there seems to be a false perception of other outside of the that people be pretty rapid, especially like and then once you head to that like affect where off way too fast. I feel like that's causing a lot of active is things. There's one or two things all of a sudden that means start going fast with 50 plus per hour.
Yeah, chat's still working, Joel, but for some reason not on our end.
Lovely. Okay, well, I do see over. I guess I'll just have to use behind the scenes manual for now because everything is just screwed up on my side. That's all right. Red Dozier with a $50 super chat. Roads are absolutely explicitive here. My tractor hydraulics froze. Enter the heat gun. Thanks for the coverage, guys. You're the best. No problem, Red Dozier. Thank you for the $50 super chat. I'm going to go ahead and pop in Facebook somehow as well so I can see the Facebook stream. You also might have to watch comments from me, Ryan, because I'll be switching back and forth. I'm going to go ahead and pop in Facebook. Oh, there's two of me. So again, those who are tuning in, M6 eastbound at 60th Street here. The freeway is closed. If you're heading westbound, it looks like they've opened it back up for now. I would still avoid the interstate as they continue to clear out this accident.
I could try to reconnect, but I don't know if that would shut us down or not.
It's fine. Just we'll keep it the way it is. I can see everything. I just have to watch on separate devices here. Everyone took it very literally. Say something. So for those not familiar with the area, again, this is M6. This is the main beltway around the south side of Grand Rapids. If you wanted to avoid downtown Grand Rapids traffic, this is the way you would take if you're traveling from west to east across the state. So, for example, if you're traveling Lansing to Holland, this is the main route through. Otherwise, it's like an extra 20 minutes if you went north through Grand Rapids, which today you will have to do considering the fact that M6 is currently closed. Eastbound, especially. Westbound, it looks like they've opened it back up, but I mean, it depends. If anyone knows at the I-96 interchange if they actually have it open yet, it just looks like they're clearing out the traffic that was stuck there. I feel like there would be a lot more traffic coming through if the freeway was completely open. But again, let us know. The wind should be slowing down by around midnight, and the winter weather advisories are done at 7. However, I would imagine we'd probably see at least an extension or a new winter weather advisory coming out. It almost looks like Wednesday is going to be some of the same for portions of the West Michigan and Northwest Michigan shoreline areas. So we'll have another snowfall forecast likely out later this evening. Current time right now, 12:58. I am Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritzma alongside Chandler and Ryan, who are in the background, President and Vice President of Operations here at Michigan Storm Chasers. We got our Storm Chasers out there in the field. We got Evan Heemstra and Drew Rummel. They are in the West Michigan area this afternoon. We are currently watching them clear this 20 to 30 vehicle accident on M6. It started around 10 a.m., so this has now been 3 hours in the making. And again, if you appreciate what we do here at Michigan Storm Chasers, smash that like button. And again, it helps out more Michiganders find our content throughout the state of Michigan. And again, we track more than, of course, just the snow. We'll be here in severe weather coverage throughout 2026 as well, like we've done the last couple of years. Richard
Joel, can we
in
go?
I see Richard in chat here, real quick update on the traffic, saying just got an M6 westbound. It is still a standstill, so it is open, but it is slow going. Go ahead, Ryan.
Can we, by chance, hop on the drive map? There are several more incidents.
Do you want me to take it, or do you want to do it?
I can do it if you want me.
Sure.
I'm ready. So just wanted to pop up. This is a MDOT drive map. You can access this yourself. Just type in Michigan drive map. It's an MDOT site. All of these red exclamation points are traffic crashes or previous crashes in some instances. We have a crash on westbound 94 just outside of Battle Creek here. I don't see anything on that map or that camera. I don't see anything on that camera, but it does say westbound left shoulder, left lane is closed due to a crash. Up here toward the Kalamazoo area, there are 2 crashes, one on southbound, one on northbound of US 131 here, just to the north of Kalamazoo, just south of Plainwell. Over here by the Coloma area, Paw Paw Lake, we do have a accident here on eastbound. It says right lane and right shoulder. It's blocked due to a crash. The 196 just north of South Haven, there's a southbound and a northbound incident. Both are displaying all lanes are closed, so we're going to go ahead and say 196 is likely shut down, or at least very heavily delayed just north of South Haven. Also up here in the GR metro area, we have several, 6 incidents being reported, but also one over here by the Portland area. Eastbound 96, all lanes are shut down there just to the west of Portland. Obviously, the pileup that Evan on your top right of your screen is covering is right here on the southeast Grand Rapids metro area by the airport. That is M6 at Broadmoor that is shut down due to a pileup. Also up here, we have a westbound 96, which is displaying left shoulder due to a crash. There's a car in the median there, it appears. Up here, just a little bit further north, eastbound 96 is left shoulder, left lane due to a crash. Downtown Grand Rapids here on southbound 131 says left shoulder, left lane is, looks like it's blocked due to a crash as well. Going north of the metro or the downtown, we have 2 up here on eastbound 96. This one is displaying right shoulder, and this one is displaying left shoulder that is blocked due to a crash. So, in fact, it looks like that car is on its side, it appears. So,
It does. Yeah.
incidences. Yeah, these instances of traffic accidents are numerous, and these are just on state highways, and some don't even get reported, period. So there are likely several hundred crashes over in West Michigan this morning and this afternoon. And that's just a little bit of an update there for you based on what the drive map is saying. And again, you can look at the drive map yourself. If you type in the NI drive map, it'll pop up. It's an MDOT website. It is there for you guys to use as well, not just for us.
like they are they backing? They're taking traffic off the other side. Yeah, that makes sense. Getting everybody turned around. I see Renee's here in chat from White Lake Library. Special shout out to you guys there. Again, I was supposed to present there tonight, and unfortunately, I will not be able to make it out that way due to the road conditions, as you can see. I'm over on this side of the state where, as you can see, it's a sheet of ice, and it's rightfully so there on Evan's screen. So hopefully to see you guys in the future. Hopefully we can get that rescheduled as soon as possible. I'd love to see you guys out there very soon. So I'm guessing up until this point, I don't know if Evan can hear me, but if he looks briefly at the other side of if he crosses the bridge and looks at the traffic the other side, I'm guessing that entire stretch now has been cleared out for eastbound traffic, considering the fact that there's enough room for all these vehicles to turn around. Now watch. Oh, he is listening. I'm guessing. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty. Yeah, they've cleared pretty much everybody out now. Got it. Thank you, Evan. That was scary for a second there. Coming that westbound traffic coming down the hill. Everyone's bunched up there and bottlenecked. Yeesh. They're almost neck and tail behind each other. And it's not a good place to slam on the brakes, that's for sure. Yeah, if you guys like to take a look at the MI Drive map, just search MI Drive on Google, and it'll probably be the first thing that pops up. Looks like we linked it in chat here, so we're good. Even if you are coming westbound on M6, you can see there's only one lane that, well, it looks clear, but it could be a little bit icy. That second lane, the outer lane, is snow covered. So even if you're traveling both directions here on M6 and really any of the interstates around the Grand Rapids area and down towards Kalamazoo, you're probably only going to have one lane, if not any, that are visible like that. See Cheryl over here on Facebook with 20 stars. Thank you very much, Cheryl. Appreciate your support.
Will my face fit on the screen yet?
We can certainly put it on if you'd like. There you go.
Yay! Am I frozen?
Yes, you are.
Why is my cam? This is. I'm mad about this.
That's okay.
I just refreshed it. Are you serious?
Serious. It's a heart attack.
Can you try to refresh on your end? Because I'm moving online.
Give me a sec.
Yep.
I have returned, Joel.
Welcome back.
Are we still live?
Yes. we are.
Yes, we are.
Sweet. What's
There we
what's
go.
up with the chat?
There we go.
The
Our chat no longer works.
Yeah, it's broken. So I'm watching it over. I'm watching it over on my other screens here.
So those are all vehicles that are going the opposite direction on. They're going westbound on eastbound M6.
That's correct.
Hmm.
It appears there are more emergency vehicles incoming to this crash. The question is, how many vehicles are involved? Looks like at least 4 or 5 semis.
There's at least 20 here. I counted about 7 different vehicles off there on the right side, at least down in the ditch. I counted at least 10 truck tops. We saw a dump truck and a semi removed on the other side earlier. We still also have a vehicle down there in the bottom center of the screen. There's a white SUV in the median as well. And I don't know about that truck that's way up there in the center of the screen, but there is a vehicle in the center of the median way up there in the distance. So I would imagine it does look like there's at least 20 vehicles in this accident. Tough to tell with the semis blocking our view there on the right side of the screen.
Oh, maybe one of my missions for this next year will have to be finding a auto body collision business for us to partner with.
There you go. Chandler is our trusted partners, man. If you'd like to become a trusted partner here at Michigan Storm Chasers, again, he's the guy to talk to. Send him an email, chandler@michiganstormchasers.com. Currently live right now with Evan, one of our Storm Chasers. He is on 60th Street at M6, where M6 is shut down eastbound. If you're heading westbound, they have reopened traffic. It is very slow going, rightfully so. It is very icy out there, and we see more snow squalls continuing to roll in. In fact, look up there in the distance, guys, at the top of the hill. There's a snow squall passing through up there in the distance, while it is currently sunny at the scene of the accident. Take a look in chat here for questions.
You know, honestly, we do have an auto body sponsor. We have Auto Body Experts with 5 locations in that Grand Rapids region. We also have 5 cameras: Hudsonville, Byron Center, Wayland. I'm trying to remember them all. There's 5 locations. They're all
Holland.
across the South. Grand Rapids, Holland's other one.
Holland, Zealand.
But if you guys,
Yeah, Holland,
There you
Zealand,
go.
Byron Center, Wayland,
thank you.
and Hudsonville.
Yeah, Hudsonville. Yep. So if you guys do happen to have car collision or dent repair, stuff like that, that happens to be needed, Auto Body Experts. They partner with us for camera installs, and they are highly reputable across West Michigan. So would recommend you guys check them out.
Drew is now getting pretty close to Holland, speaking of Holland, up there at the top right of the screen. So he's got an eye on some of the road conditions as he drives down, presumably the Lake Michigan shoreline. So we'll have a view later as he continues to drive down towards those lake effect bands. They're just kind of scattered here and there and everywhere. At the current time, not really seeing a very solid lake effect band like we were seeing earlier. I guess you could say maybe between Wayland and Plainwell, but other than that, moderate snow showers. I actually do have some squalls moving through the east side of the state right now as well. I'm actually going to bring some attention to this. Take my radar. I'm going to take my radar here in. We do have one. It's almost like a. It is almost like a. It's like a line of thunderstorms almost. It's oriented north-south. This squall is passing through Ryan's neck of the woods, up through Ann Arbor, Milford, Pontiac, White Lake. Just mentioned you guys there. Farmington Hills and Canton. This blue line is the snow squall here, this dark blue line. So it's going to continue to head towards downtown Detroit. You're already seeing snow showers in downtown Detroit, but heavier snowfall rates here right now in the Ann Arbor region. It's Washtenaw County, southern Oakland County, and I do believe we have a couple cameras there. I would imagine
Where we're talking here.
Ann Arbor. Maybe the Ann Arbor cam has a good view of it.
Yep, I got it pulled up now. It's not snowing too heavily there, but in the distance, you can tell those pretty heavy lake effect bands there on the horizon.
Now look
so
at the right
it's
side.
definitely
The right side
Yeah,
of the
it's
screen
about-
is where it's coming in. So, yeah, it's about to
Looks like
impact
it's
the
about to
airport in
hit.
about a minute.
courtesy of Ace Aviation here. So appreciate these guys. This is facing south at Ann Arbor Airport off of State Street. Appreciate Ace Aviation for sponsoring this camera.
I want to clarify as well. I was about 99.9% certain that Auto Body Experts did all collision repairs as well, but I wanted to just double check that before I said that. So thank you guys for covering me on that.
Put Ryan's Ann Arbor cam in the bottom left corner of the screen so you guys can see the snow squall moving into southeast Michigan. Again, this is impacting US 23 right now. Other interstates such as I-96 and Wixom and Novi. Pretty much the outer loop of Detroit, so the 275 corridor as well. And if you're on I-94 or M14 in Ann Arbor, from Lima Township over to Ypsilanti, that is right where the heaviest of the snow is currently at if you're on the southeast side of the state. Current time right now, 1:15. Accident on your screen, M6 at 60th Street, and we now have another snow squall moving in on camera here. And now it's sunny. It flipped in 15 seconds and went from near whiteout to sunny skies. And in fact, you can look at the snow squall at the top of the screen up there. Again, top of the hill on the center of the screen in Evan's cam. It's very hard to see out there in the distance. As we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, if possible, do not leave your source of warmth if you do get in an accident. Exceptions, of course, being if carbon monoxide poisoning becomes a thing. So if like your tailpipe's blocked, you don't want to be stuck in a car where that is slowly poisoning you. So be mindful of your vehicle. Make sure to check it out if you do get in an accident. But again, in a pileup like this, it's smart to get out of the way as quick as possible. I know some people. Go ahead.
Take the Ace Aviation cam full. Visibilities are dropping very rapidly.
In case
wow.
nobody said it, we did have a $50 super chat from Red Dozer.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Red. Just making
Yeah,
sure that I
we got
personally
that.
say thank you.
So that is an airport
Yeah,
runway.
we can
as you
barely
can
see the radar to the right of the screen. That's crazy.
That's eighth of a mile
So
visibility.
Yeah, so this is also pretty close to 94 here. So I have to imagine the 94 stretch through Ann Arbor is likely being impacted. Also, US 23 from about Milan up toward about the M14 corridor. Whoa. We can barely see the runway in front. This is less than eighth of a mile. This is less than eighth of a mile.
There's a truck out there on the right of the screen, or a plane. I'm not sure
This is-
which. There's a plane. There's
this
something
is
on the
crazy.
runway down there. There's a truck on the runway. It looks like that would make sense. Trying to clear it off. Wow. Yeah. Ace Aviation, thank you guys so much for the camera review. Again, we have 95 live cams across the state of Michigan right now. If you guys would like to sponsor one at your business, have a good view, we are looking for more cameras in 2026. So Ryan is your guy. He's right below me here on camera. Send him an email, ryan@michiganstormchasers.com. We'll get in contact with you guys about perhaps your business sponsoring a weather camera here at Michigan Storm Chasers.
We are still in the planning stages for the upcoming year here. So if I'm slow to get back to you, I apologize, but we are taking sponsorships, applications, et cetera, et cetera. So you're welcome to apply, and I'll get back in touch with you here in the next couple of weeks to get that handled.
Thank you,
this-
Red, for becoming a 20-month member.
94 through Ann Arbor over toward about to be US 23, from about 94 down to about Platte Road is about to be impacted by the snow squall, and visibility has dropped dramatically here. I'm actually concerned about this. There's no statement or anything over here on the east side for this. It's kind of unexpected.
Yeah. That's
So if you guys happen to know anybody on the roads, especially US 23, 94 area, all the way down into Lenawee County as well, M50, US 223, US 23 through Monroe County here in a few minutes as well. But the snow squall is numerous across Southeast Michigan, up by Wixom as well. So we're talking like Detroit metro area as well. These are really intense bands, it appears,
in
that are
fact,
impacting the Southeast Michigan area. Go ahead, Joel.
in fact, Ryan, this is now snow squall criteria. Gust of 33 reported less than 10 minutes ago at the airport in Ann Arbor. So they usually issue snow squall warnings for, the criteria is usually 30 miles per hour or higher. So this is technically snow squall warning criteria, and this is impacting Metro Detroit now. So while we are tracking this 30-car pileup that is being cleared on M6, again, if you're on the southeast side of the state, 33 mile per hour gusts just now at the airport in Ann Arbor. Snow squall moving through, that extends from Pontiac. I'm going to take my radar here real quick. This extends from up towards Dryden as well. So Oakland County, all of Oakland County down through Washtenaw County, and even down here towards Adrian in Lenawee County. This is going to continue into a lot of busy roadways here in Wayne County and Macomb County in the next 30 to 45 minutes. So if you are traveling in Southeast Michigan between now and 2 o'clock, snow squalls heading your way, please take note. Again, we're looking right now at the Ann Arbor cam where these 33 mile per hour gusts are kicking that snow up, and you can't really see much down there at the bottom of the screen. Now, we mentioned this earlier and last night. Ground blizzard is a possibility today, but on top of the fact that we do have ground blizzard conditions, we now actually have near blizzard conditions with the 30 mile per hour gusts and eighth of a mile visibility. So it's just not a fun day to drive out there. Got a lot more traffic now coming westbound. Again, that hill concerns me. I mean, look how much traffic's coming down that hill right now. You worry about the gawking going on, and next thing you know, you run into the vehicle in front of you. It's not going to be fun. So please avoid M6 between Broadmoor and I-96 this afternoon while they clear this crash.
Got a behind-the-scenes report from one of our colleagues down by me in Lenawee County. He's out in the rural area by Britain, and visibility there with winds are less than an eighth of a mile here. So even in these snow squalls outside of the Ann Arbor area, we are still seeing almost complete whiteout conditions within these snow squalls. So please be careful. Even on Southeast Michigan today, these mean business.
We have another snow squall down in our Portage cam too. I'm looking at it right now in Westnedge, courtesy of Visiting Angels of Southwest Michigan. It's sunny and it's snowing there at the same time, so those snow squalls are impacting the 94 corridor as far south as perhaps even the state line. So again, for those just tuning in, Evan right now is at 60th Street. It's a bridge that crosses over M6, and this is not a situation you want to see right now. We now have bottleneck traffic coming down the hill with the snow squall. I've been in some of these situations before where you see that happen, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're into the back of the vehicle in front of you. So please, again, if it hasn't been said enough, avoid M6, even if you are heading westbound, because again, we're seeing no traffic, and then all of a sudden 100 vehicles are coming down the hill at the exact same time, and we do not want to see. In fact, that semi just was off the road a little bit right there on the closest side of the screen, the flatbed. So, goodness gracious, that snow squall, as you can see, the visibility drops really, really quickly. Yeah, car hauler. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, it was a car hauler. It was off the road a little bit for a sec. Yeah, it's just that hill. I know where that hill is, and I've driven down it before. It gets pretty dicey down there at the bottom. So, hoping and praying that everyone can get out of that situation or out of the bottlenecking here, because that's not a good stretch to be on.
Down the hill in the snow.
Yes, down the hill in the snow, in the whiteout.
Can you still hear me, Joel? My Discord is acting goofy.
Yep,
Same.
I can hear you.
And I also have a visitor if you want to show off
A cat.
the visitor at all. Hi, buddy. Born for the camera, huh? Yeah.
Special weather statement coming in now.
Oh.
They're optioning for the statement for a bunch of the counties that we were just talking about with the snow squall heading through Metro Detroit. That's probably, I would say, I don't know if you have put anything up yet, Ryan, but for Metro Detroit area.
I'm working on like 15 million things. Can Chandler get that?
Special weather statement in effect for St. Clair, Livingston, Oakland, Macomb, Washtenaw, Wayne, Lenawee, and Monroe counties through, doesn't even say, next 2 hours, I think. Cautious travel advised for reduced visibility and snow-covered roadways this afternoon over the Detroit metro area. Westerly winds gusting between 15 to 20 miles per hour, up to 30 possible. Snow accumulations around half an inch in the heavier snow showers. Visibility briefly reducing to a quarter mile or less. And we were seeing that firsthand on our ACE aviation cam there in Ann Arbor. Air temperatures also ranging between 15 and 18 degrees. And not mentioned, the wind chills are down near zero right now, especially with that wind. So please be careful. Again, this is near snow squall warning criteria. It must be 35 because it says up to 30 for the gust in the special weather statement. So, yeah. Looks like up the hill there, eastbound traffic, looks like they're towing now 2 semis up the hill. It almost looks like one of the semis is split open on the top. I'm not sure though, it kind of looks, my eyes might be deceiving, I can't really tell. It just kind of looks that way. Here comes a tow truck, center bottom of the screen with one of the vehicles as well. And hopefully everyone is okay. That front of that vehicle is pretty torn up there. Just went from clear to whiteout conditions, Northville, Plymouth area, just north of M14. That lines up what we're seeing on radar for sure. Thank you for the report. And traffic closest to the camera is heading eastbound. Traffic furthest from the camera, so the traffic heading towards us is westbound here at M6. This is the southeast side of Grand Rapids near the Grand Rapids Ford Airport. This is M6 is the main bypass around the south side of Grand Rapids. Runs from Forest Hills over to Hudsonville. Many people have traveled this before. It saves you about 20 minutes, so a lot of people are trying to use it today, but if you're trying to use M6 today, please just go around. You have to go through downtown Grand Rapids, which unfortunately is going to be even more packed with travel. But again, it's the only option you have, especially if you are heading eastbound. I got your camera up now, Chandler.
Hooray. I cannot find that graphic, so
Hold on. I'll find it.
I went through all of the accounts for that, and
Oh,
it just
yeah,
doesn't exist.
It's not on there.
So
Hold up. I can get you something at least, at the very least. Give me a sec.
hello.
There you go. In our B chat.
Gotcha.
It's better than nothing. It has the
I see it here.
box around the
Yeah.
snow. Yeah. There you go. In our B chat. Oh. Unmutes the live stream there. How many days?
Does it not
till-
auto post to our page?
Not special weather
That's it.
statements.
Okay.
We have
I shall
we have
get
Kim
some
asking in chat, how many days till spring? The answer is, what was it, 35, I think. We're pretty close. Actually, it might be, sorry, no, it's 55. I'm thinking of meteorological. Meteorological spring starts March 1st, so that's about 35-ish days away. Add 20 if you're looking for astronomical spring. Again, this is southeast side of Grand Rapids, specifically the Caledonia, Forest Hills area. It's kind of in between Caledonia, Forest Hills, Kentwood, kind of on that line there. It looks like they're starting to get some of the civilian vehicles out of the ditch now. So Evan is now centered his cam on one of the pickup trucks that is way off in the ditch down there, right side of the screen.
Can you copy and paste the text, Joel, in our B chat for that? Because I cannot get the text anywhere either.
I'm back. I can handle it.
Yeah, sorry, Ryan. It's just not populating on any of my apps. And a massive thank you to all of the first responders out there today. Hard job what they're doing, all the law enforcement, fire and ES and
Also, not seeing that text either.
Yeah, I had to copy and paste it from the radar.
Okay.
in socials.
No problem, everyone. Difference between astronomical and meteorological spring. Astronomical spring is when the sun hits the equinox for between winter and summer, technically. But that's when it's right on the equator. So we start the sun starts to tilt back towards the northern hemisphere as we get towards summer. So that's where it's halfway tilted, essentially. And so that exact date is the 21st. But as we know here in Michigan, we typically see. Wow, I'm getting dizzy looking at Evan's cam here. We typically see the weather start to get warmer, usually, not every year, but usually starts to get warmer, in quotation marks, around March 1st. We start to see temperatures start to warm back up into around the 40-degree range. Again, compared to what we're having now, that's completely warm. That's so much warmer than what we're having out there right now. But March 1st is usually that date. If you think about the other seasons, astronomical summer for meteorologists is June 1st instead of June 21st, because usually around Memorial Day it gets pretty warm. We've had some Memorial Days in the past. I know when we attend the Jenison Parade, those Memorial Day parades, sometimes they're like 80 degrees. So, and of course some years, it's 40 degrees, so it just depends. But, and you fast forward to meteorological fall, that is, thinking of it here, September 1st. So that's when it starts to get usually cooler. It's still pretty warm in September. And of course, meteorological winter is the 1st of December. So instead of being the 1st, it's the 21st for the astronomicals. Dee Dee says, hey, give me a good thunderstorm on March 6th when I turn 50. I'll be very happy. We'll try. No promises, though. Again, thunderstorms, especially in March, they're hard to come by. We'll see probably one or two systems like we've seen in the years past, but guaranteed thunderstorms by late April and early May.
Just having a random gust of 45 miles an hour. Went white out, all the snow just came off the tree. It's been breezy down here, but that was a big one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're in the sky again. Is Evan repositioning? Do we know? His camera's now on
His camera
dash.
go MIA.
Let's see. He has a voice message there, right? Or Chandler, if you want to listen.
I got you. He is moving at request of local authorities.
Okay.
And no, he's not in trouble. He was just requested to move because they got a lot of stuff coming in. He's on the side, so it's better to have it cleared out completely.
There you go. Even the side roads that he's on right now are just completely ice covered. And that's Kent County too, so suddenly we're foggy. Oh, there we go.
Ryan, Joe, I got 4 miles.
Perfect time to switch over to Drew's camp. So Drew, right now, for those just tuning in, he's on the West Michigan shoreline, Allegan County, heading towards the Glen Arbor, or was it Glen Arbor? Glen Haven area where the crash is ongoing. He's actually gonna get into the closure here pretty quickly, I would imagine. Yeah, he's pretty close to it. And you can see there's one of the whiteouts. Actually, he's still pretty far north. Drew, be advised the interstate is closed after the Glen exit, or if it's not, it is closed by the next exit after Glen. So just giving you a heads up out there.
Is my audio coming through at all?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, I'm getting really laggy on my end. But I was going to say, I have a view from the Calhoun County 911 cam in Albion. It has let up just a little bit, but it was snowing pretty hard here just a few minutes ago, or seconds ago, should I say. Looks like traffic over on 94 is moving pretty good clip. I'm going to zoom in here for the 94. This is looking westbound out of Albion. Looks like traffic is moving pretty good. So that's want to give you an update from that.
I don't know how long I've been muted for, so I could have been talking to myself for a while. Sorry.
It happens.
First time. Rookie.
You're looking at our incident map out there. A lot of red exclamation points. I'll go ahead and refresh just to get some of them cleared. But as you can see, it didn't clear many. We got 7
Hey,
in the Grand Rapids area. Go ahead.
Joel, go up to US 31 by Muskegon. Check out that camera on the north side of the exclamation point. Yeah, that northern one.
Which one?
That one.
Oh, wow. There's a couple of them, but this one right here.
Semi is on its side.
Oh, dear.
That's at US 31, just north of Muskegon.
I mean, here's a good example of drifted roadways. Look at the left lane. It's half snow covered and half not. So when you get pulled, and I've experienced this myself, when you get pulled into that snow that's just in your lane halfway, it just pulls you off to the left. And in this case, it looks like it pulled the semi off completely to a point where it did flip. So again, you do want to be careful on these drifted roads. There's also another, I don't know if that car is in the accident too, but there's a car on the right side there. In the ditch, kind of, sort of. I don't know if he's stuck, but 1 or 2 accidents here.
Watching US 131 just fly by, semis and cars alike.
Looks like Drew is
Accident earlier. Where exactly it is.
You are a robot. I mean, I don't know if you are to everybody else, but sounds pretty robotic.
So Drew's gotten off at Glen. He is now heading in the direction of the closure on the side road. And it's going to be in Glen Haven. Tiny little community there off of exit 26, which is 109th Avenue. Again, that is southwestern Allegan County. Back to Evans Cam there. He is by the airport now. Main roads outside of Grand Rapids Airport, not looking much better there. That, I believe, is Patterson Avenue. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chandler. That looks like Patterson.
Let me look. Yeah, it's gotta be. I'll be right back, Joel. I gotta just snag a phone call here. So
Okay.
you can leave my camera on, it don't matter.
That's
I got
fine.
headphones and stuff.
I actually see on Evan's cam there some of those lake effect clouds. It's sunny where he's at, but you can see in the distance, the darker the clouds, the more moisture content that's in them. And so that's a pretty heavy lake effect snow band that he's eventually traveling towards. And he's right there at the Ford Airport at 44th Street, entrance to the airport itself. Many people in the Grand Rapids area watching right now know exactly where that's at. Taking a look back at radar. For those on the southeast side of the state, special weather statement in effect. Very heavy snow squall moving through right now. Winds up to 30 miles per hour. I'll go ahead and circle it, or kind of put a line kind of through here. Here's the snow squall right now. It is now in Monroe, Wayne, southern Oakland, and Macomb counties. Special weather statement in effect. That blowing snow will reduce visibilities down to a fourth or maybe an eighth of a mile. So if you know anybody that is watching or driving in southeast Michigan, make sure to let them know. Feel free to hit that like button and tell them snow squall on the way. If you have to travel within the next 30 minutes, it is impacting downtown Detroit, I-75, I-94, M97, I-696, M39, 75, basically every single interstate in Wayne County. You also have the Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport at 94 and 275. That is where one of the heaviest snow showers is currently at. But again, this is lake effect all the way from Lake Michigan, and so Lake Michigan area is seeing the heaviest of the snow today. A lot of places expected to get 4 to 8 inches. Some places are now already going past 8 inches, so this is overachieving to an extent in some localized bands. Snow squalls also all the way up towards Lake Huron, Tawas City, All Gray, West Branch, Mayo, and Osneek as well. So, although kind of south of Osneek, more closer to Tawas City and Oscoda areas. So, wow, that was really quick. That is all the snow that's going on out there today. We also have some winter weather advisories up in the UP for 48 inches of snow. 4 to 8 inches of snow, not 48. They're north of M28, so that's Munising to Newberry, and even over towards the Bay Mills area. So a lot going on. All these purple squares are winter weather advisories. The bluish, greenish, tealish color is your special weather statements. So for those who are trying to check in to see about M6 being opened, it is still closed. They are still clearing. However, they did request our team to move from the overpass up above, and so they've emptied out half the accident. I would imagine it's probably still going to be another couple hours. So even if you're traveling evening commute, 4 o'clock and later, do avoid the area, as they'll likely still be cleaning up the pieces from that accident on M6. Again, that was exit 15, Broadmoor Avenue, kind of in between exit 15 and I-96. So if you are traveling that way this evening or know anybody that is, again, share the stream, let them know. What did Drew just say?
What? In about 5 minutes, I might have a view on why Interstate 196 by Southgate will shut down.
Sounds like Drew's going to have a view here soon on one of the accidents down on 196 near South Haven, north of South Haven, Allegan County. Ryan, I brought your camera back in case you wanted to make an appearance.
I would love to make an appearance.
There you go. Yes, 96 just before. Oh, wait. That might be new, actually. Hold on. Double checking. Said 96 before M. So on 96, just before M6 now has a vehicle off the road. My son-in-law is one semi off the road right now. Again, if you have a nearby road that we can kind of relay, let us know. The entirety of I-96 right now is just red. Not seeing any semis off the road on I-96. You'll have to let me know exactly where. It could be near Whitneyville. I'm seeing a couple slowdowns up there in that traffic cam. So Sherry Johnson, let us know where on I-96 the semi is off the road. And again, hopefully your son-in-law is okay there. Otherwise, again, if it's the M6 accident, we are tracking that still.
I have lost our cameras, just FYI.
Okay. If you're on YouTube, let us know if you can. Send a chat there. Okay, got it. Sherry Johnson says near Cascade Recreation Park. So yeah, that's right. That's right at the interchange. I don't have a view. I'm looking at all the traffic cameras here. I'm trying to see it. That would be 96 right at the M6 interchange. My chat's working again. Ryan.
Hello, D. I can see it again. I can exit all my extra stuff in the background. Yay.
Did you fix something?
Did I fix something?
Yeah, it just started working.
The only thing that I did on my end was close out the camera software because it just crashed.
Gotcha.
So I highly doubt it.
Fox says part of the snow squall is here in Taylor right now. Just started coming down very heavily. Thank you very much for that report. Does match up what we're seeing on radar. Back to this incident on I-96. I'm still looking at the cameras, and the cameras don't have a view of the semi off to the side. But I can see where it would be, and there is some very slow traffic in that stretch. So take note. Again, we're having firsthand confirmation here in chat. Someone's son-in-law is in a semi off the road near Cascade Recreation Park. That is where M6 and I-96 come together. If you look at the MDOT map, it is just completely red through there. And looking at some of the MDOT cameras, the roads are not any better than what you expect them to be. So we're just having some gusts now. Recent gusts just came in. 32 miles per hour just came in at the Grand Rapids Airport. We're looking for snow squall. Snow squall warnings would be 35-ish miles per hour. Again, they don't issue them on the west side of the state because snow squalls are just normal lake effect bands on the west side of the state. But the east side of the state, if these lake effect bands make it over your way, they will issue special weather statements or even snow squall warnings if the winds are heavy enough, which today, gusting 30 to 35 miles per hour, even upwards of 40 at times, it is a possibility. Drew is out there on I-196, just near I-196, where the interstate is shut down. And this is just north of South Haven.
First option I was planning to go to went underneath the highway, not over the highway. I'll try it for another spot.
So Evan's cam is done for now. We just have Drew out there. You can see all of the interstate traffic being rerouted down that road. Traffic now moving at I-96. Got it. Thank you, Chandler. Still waiting to see what the cameras come up with here. Contact Evan real quick. Go ahead.
I have the quote unquote washing machine on, but I am here.
Chandler in the background. Snowfall report just came in, reported from the Belmont area, just south of Rockford in Kent County. 5.1 inches of snow since 10 p.m. Monday. No, can't really confirm that in terms of thunder snow. We actually just did have our indicator pop up. Left shoulder crash reported, westbound 96. Oh, yep, there it is. Taking my camera here. Chandler Ryan, I got it on my cam. That is the semi in question that we were just talking about.
In the B chat.
One of our viewers says their son-in-law is off the road. Or they reported the one semi off the road. This is it right there. Again, this is at 36th Street. Really close to 36th Street at 996.
Okay. Yeah, I had one that was sent to B chat. I don't know if you've been able to view that yet. Also, Ryan is having technical difficulties at this time.
Okay. Where was that one at? Oh, 96 earlier.
96 and Sunfield Highway.
Oh, that's over on that's over near Portland.
See, that was what I thought, but I didn't see anything on the map that would be.
Yeah, I saw the exclamation point out there earlier. It looks like it's been cleared up now. But wow, this entire stretch around the Grand Rapids Airport is just not fun to drive on. And again, this is really close to my house too, so I was never going to be heading anywhere today, it appears. As you can see, the interstate is just a mess. Is there I really hope that's not another car right there. That'd be really bad if that was. But that semi, nonetheless, is wedged way down in that ditch. This camera is... trying to get my bearings here. Is that Kraft? Or do they have the wrong route? I'm trying to figure out if that's Kraft Avenue in the distance. It looks like Kraft. Either way, 96 between M6 and 28th Street. Vehicle semi off in the ditch.
He may have chewed through a cord. We will see what Ryan says when he returns. Again, if you guys like this style of traffic update throughout the day, please let us know. This is something that we've done a few of this winter so far. When there has been inclement roads like this. If it's something you want to see more of, please let us know.
We now have 2 different semis off the road here at Cascade Recreation Park. Another incident just popped up. So within the span of a mile, we have one by 36th Street and one by the M6-96 interchange. On top of the 20 to 30 car accident that is still being cleared on M6. So it is I will say this right now, it is impossible to drive on 96 right now and M6 right here around the Grand Rapids Airport because of how many accidents and closures there are going on. You can see right now on this map, it's all red. It's all basically a crawl. So please avoid the area if possible, because as it stands right now, nobody can drive. I'm being straightforward with you guys. Everything is everywhere. So again, please share the stream, like the stream, share it with anyone that's in the Grand Rapids area, especially here. M6, 96, all the way up and down the 131 corridor. It's just a mess out there this afternoon. Three indicators in the span of 2 miles.
Just we'll do a flight update here too. Looking at the Grand Rapids Airport flights, it's about a 50-50 shot whether they will be on time, canceled, or delayed. There's a few coming up before 3 p.m. here. There's one that is scheduled to be on time coming in at 2:23 for an arrival. Most of the arrivals before 4 p.m. have been delayed or canceled. They'll say on time. I would imagine those probably switch to delayed at some point in time. And looks like most departures after 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. are scheduled to be on time, but again, I would expect more delays and cancellations as the afternoon goes on. I will say, we don't plan on doing any road updates on Facebook. I know that's something that's asked about quite a bit. We do not offer any road updates, and we especially don't offer any travel recommendations. Worst thing that we could ever have happen is give a recommendation to travel on a certain day, and then something bad happens, and because of that, we like to stay out of that. But if you like these updates on the live streams, then let us know. Drop a comment saying as much. What a mess. Another day
Oh.
out there. It is a mess. Snow, blowing snow, cold temperatures. Happy January 27th.
Yeah, it's been an extremely rough ride home from Sturgis this morning.
Hello, Alex.
Hello.
Looks like we just got video in from one of our chasers, Mike in Detroit, showing one of the snow squalls behind the scenes. Again, if you are in southeast Detroit, snow squall moving through right now, there's a special weather statement in effect. That is for these winds of 30 miles per hour coupled with these snow squalls. Again, that's visibility dropping to under a quarter of a mile. Yeah, these are definitely two separate semis off the road here. I'm trying to see it. That looks like Kraft. Yeah, that is Kraft in the distance. So that camera's facing the other way. And if you are on 96 or M6, east side of Kent County, please avoid the area. It's just not good to be out there right now. All the roads are slippery. Highways are not treated. Just stay out of the area and don't travel unless you absolutely need to.
Never want to be a hindrance to first responders trying to help other people in need. So if you don't have to travel, don't.
And we are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch. Again, best viewing platform going to be Facebook. In fact, most of our viewers right now watching on are watching on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube best platform to watch on. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to stay live here for a little bit longer. We do have Evan back out there as well. He is coming to that accident actually.
All right, Joel, I'm going to scrape my bowl here of chili, and then I will be right back in.
Got it. Thank you, Cursed on Kent. I see that chat now. Appreciate it. Thank you for the update there. Cops, firefighters on the scene. Yes. Evan, right lane is blocked. So it's a kind of a funneling point there. We have 36th Street coming in and 2 lanes of I-96. The right lane is blocked at that juncture. He's pretty close to where the semi is off the road, and it's on the right side too. I believe. It looks like it's on the right side according to the MDOT cam. See a classic anvil cloud there, Ryan Chandler, on Evan's stream.
Lake effect anvil clouds.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Sorry, now I got everyone all excited about chili. My bad, everybody. I'm sorry. It was really good. It was fire.
Really good on a day like today.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't guarantee what all happens. Shape of 96. I think they have really cleaned up people on the highway by 80 cars or something. So if I had to guess, it's probably wrapping up.
So Drew I think said he was near one accident, and then we have Evan near what appears to be a semi off on the right side up here on 96 near M6. Thank you guys for subscribing. For those who are on YouTube, appreciate you. Again, subscribing on YouTube, free to do.
The good news is it looks like we have transitioned out of that very saturated, very high DGZ west flow that we had this morning looking at radar, and we've transitioned more back to a traditional west-northwest type of flow from the lake effect. Not quite as thick, we'll say, as this morning.
Yeah.
Not quite as heavy of snow. Just looking at basic radar here, but it is still out there. There's still a lot of blowing and drifting snow. Whiteout conditions are still likely.
Yeah, especially with those winds, ground blizzard is still a possibility throughout the rest of the day. Again, you don't need snow to be falling to have a ground blizzard. You just need the wind to pick up that powdery snow and blow it off to the east. So that's what's happening out there for many locations that aren't seeing snow. And it's giving you the false sense that it is snowing, but it is still covering the roads. And so you do want to be careful out there if you're driving on any major roadway, back road, you name it. It's not a fun day to be out there.
Yeah, it really isn't. And really, you can go from this really sunny, great visibility to to nothing, to zero visibility, just in a matter of seconds. As I knew, coming back from Sturgis today down by Schoolcraft, coming up on 131, it was just like this, like you see in Evan's video, completely sunny, great visibility, and then all of a sudden, it switched like that to zero visibility within seconds.
Evans now coming up pretty quickly on the accident. I shouldn't say quickly, that's a snail's pace. But the semi is off the road. Oh, we lost his connection. Probably get it back here in just a second. Keep an eye on that top right of the screen. For the accident in question right now that he's approaching on my screen, you can actually see it on one of the MDOT cams. There is the semi off to the side of the road. It is right before the ramp to get on M6 if you're heading from 96 eastbound to M6 westbound. So if you're going back towards the Grand Rapids area, that is right by that ramp there for those who are familiar with the Grand Rapids area, east side Kent County. And we got 3 incidents in the span of 2 miles here. We still have that 20 to 30 car pile up that is ongoing, still being cleared near 60th Street, Thornapple River Drive. That accident has been ongoing for over 4 hours now. Go ahead and refresh. I-96 still closed, according to this. Drew, it is closed at North Shore Drive heading northbound, and if you're coming from southbound, 190th Avenue. So it's that 4-mile stretch, give or take, from Glen Haven down to the last exit before Van Buren County. Eastbound M6 is still closed, yes. Westbound was open last we checked, but again, it's bottlenecked through there because there's a lot of gawkers going on, and it's at the bottom of a hill, so I would still avoid the area until that accident's cleared.
Investigated the majority of that stretch, including the exit entrance to the highway on the south Glen Haven area. I also looked at like First Avenue and some other avenue here. The only area I haven't looked at the right where where Everett closed off, right where the area. Otherwise, I haven't seen anything. So I'm guessing they're near the end of their cleanup.
Well, I don't know if you want to take a peek at
Sounds good, thank
I-94 through Detroit. Visibility is quite low in the Detroit area. Looking at some of these traffic cameras here, it does appear to be moving steadily on most roads. Roadways look decent, but again, there's a little bit of traffic buildup on 94. No accidents that we can confirm or talk about at this time. But again, with that special weather statement for the snow moving through,
I looked at
you can see
107th
some of that
Avenue, 31st
visibility.
Avenue, 107th along the highway, did not see anything. 71st, there was nothing that I could find there. I did see one tow truck driving by when that happened, and then right by North Shore Drive, it's still there, kind of blocked off, obviously, but we're also getting really heavy snow now right where I'm at. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. The only area I have not looked would be right by 109th Avenue.
That pileup, the 20 to 30 car pileup, is on M6 between I-96 and Broadmoor. So the southeast side of Grand Rapids near the Ford Airport. That's where Evan was earlier. He's now back on 96 at a separate incident that he is currently approaching. He'll be up to it here in probably about 2 minutes. It's a slow crawl up to the incident, but you can see the emergency lights in the center of the screen up there. Semi off on the right side.
If you get a chance, Joel, you don't necessarily have to pull it up on stream, but check out the traffic camera just to the north of Sherman. Look at the snow drifts on the road up there. Just north of Mesick on 115, in between Frankfurt and Cadillac there.
Mesick and Sherman.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it this camera?
Yeah. Look at all that snow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
There's some hills there, but yeah, it's piled up in snowbanks on the side of the road. For sure.
It's like 1.5 feet deep,
Yeah.
it looks like.
Oh, easily.
Didn't see any other major ones. I was trying to see if what was going on that road there, but
Yeah, these scenes are all up and down the Lake Michigan corridor today. This is just a rural scene. M55 at M37 out there, just to the east of Wellston in the Manistee Forest. That is some very untreated roads, and it's going to be like that throughout the state, especially on the west side of the state today as lake effect snow continues. All right, Evan's got the truck on the right here. This is where the semi's off to the side, I believe. I don't know what happened, but he must have hit the drift.
if you look on US 31, they have a camera pulling a semi back onto the road just north of Muskegon. You'll probably see the exclamation mark on the
Ooh.
map there.
Jackknife semi, yeah, look at this.
Wow.
So they got to turn that around. As you can see at the bottom of Evan's screen, I-96 is just junk. I mean, it's tough to even tell where the lane is, and there's no surprise why exactly that semi spun out like that. And in fact, this entire stretch. The first one was him. Got it, thank you. Curious to see if Evan's going to head up M6 or if he's going to just make a U-turn down at the Lowell exit. Which is, he's going to have to go down 6 miles to make a U-turn. Looks like he's going to head towards Lowell. Okay. Heading towards me right now.
I don't know if you heard what I said, Joel. North of Muskegon, there's a traffic camera showing a semi getting pulled out of the ditch right now.
Is it the one that at the business loop?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. So this is the one we were highlighting earlier in the stream. Again, semi on its side at US 31 and the 31 business loop north side of Muskegon, so that would be North Muskegon. They have US 31 blocked off right now. I presume this actually I think is northbound. Hey, look. It's southbound. I'm trying to get like my bearings here. I know exactly where this is at.
They said the other day, last time I was looking at these cameras, which direction they were facing, and then today they don't.
It's right in the interchange. So this could be one of 6 different roads here in this little section. Southbound. It says the crash is southbound US 31. If you are watching right now, again, feel free to like and share. We'll be live for a little bit longer. Again, as we head towards the evening commute. Never know who could be in need of some traffic information. A like does go a long ways, so appreciate you guys' support. Again, all the red incidents that you see out there, all these little red indicators, are accidents that are reported to MDOT. That does not include all the other slide-offs that may be out there right now and people pulled over on the shoulder. So, well, the highways, there's a dozen or so indicators across the state. There's likely a lot more. I mean, you can see the traffic all up and down 94 from Benton Harbor to Detroit is slow or stopped in places. And again, that stop and go traffic and whiteout conditions, that could result in some bad traffic jams, in fact, some pileups. So do be careful as you travel this afternoon and eventually into this evening. It's not a fun evening for those in West Michigan and those on the east side of the state too, dealing with some snow squalls and perhaps some ground blizzard conditions where that loose powdery snow that we got this weekend is blowing around on the ground only. You don't even need it to be snowing outside, it's just blowing around. And so that will result in, especially those rural roads out there in southeast Michigan, Monroe, Lenawee County, to see some of those gusty winds pull that snow into drifts across those main thoroughways. So
if you don't have to travel today, don't. Ground blizzards are looking likely throughout the majority of West Michigan,
eastern Michigan.
eastern Michigan, the lower peninsula.
So Drew is heading back north, I believe. Yeah, northbound towards Holland. So it's getting back on where the closure ends. Heading back up towards Glen. It's kind of off topic. I guess not really, but if you guys have snowfall reports, we will gladly take them. Especially for those in the West Michigan area, up towards Traverse City, Gaylord, you name it. So we had an
Was that
update
just
of-
a WWA that pinged in?
Yeah, winter weather advisory update. How's 31 between Holland and Grand Haven? Not great either. Looking right now, it's yellow, so it's moderately going. Looking at the radar though, it is all up and down the entire 31 corridor between the stretch you mentioned. So looks like a semi off in the ditch there on Drew's cam. Jackknife off to the left at the rest area. He is.
Well, just found the Jackknife semi just north of South Haven, Interstate 196, right where it reopens.
Yep, we had you full on screen for that. That is the rest area by Glen, it looks like. So that was the rest area at Glen, heading northbound.
Just sent it to chat.
I had some decent snow to liquid ratios out there this morning, Chandler. 0.31 inch total water equivalent. Kent County Co-op Observer reports snow total for the event 8.1 inches in East Grand Rapids, with 1.8 inches falling since 7 a.m. So a lot of that fell over the night, which is at the very top end of our forecast for today. Again, 4 to 8 was the highest range we had out there, and some of these locations are now exceeding 8 inches of snow total for this lake effect here on Tuesday.
Just kind of continues to be the classic, over performance of lake effect snow. It's kind of been that theme so far from this year.
Again, the more of the focal point right now is on the west side of the state, given the fact that the lake effect snow is happening over here. We are seeing multiple accidents over on the west side. We are covering the east side too. We have covered it multiple times in the stream already, especially with the special weather statement and the couple snow squalls that are going through right now. But most of the lake effect snow is happening on the west side of the state. Again, a lot more sunshine than snow over on the east side. But if you do have a snow squall on the east side, please slow down. Again, I'll go ahead and check the radar for you guys real quick. For those who are on the east side, these snow squalls are kind of hit and miss. So, for example, right now, Sumter Township has one, Livonia has one. You also have a snow squall up near Brockway and Emmett. But for the most part, otherwise, there's a lot of sunshine in between. You go look at the radar on the west side of the state, and there's not many gaps compared to the east side of the state, and that is just due to the fact there's a lot more moisture over here, being so close to Lake Michigan, and it will not snow itself out as much. Up in northern Michigan, also, if you are in Kalkaska, Antrim, Gaylord, Otsego counties, I should say, that is where the heaviest of snow is falling up there. I will mention there are winter weather advisories, Ludington, Baldwin, kind of this junction of Manistee, Ludington, Baldwin, Cadillac, but on radar, you can't really see it because of the radar beam at this height. It's kind of away from all of the radar sites. So there's lake effect snow ongoing across this region. You just can't really see it, and that is why there are winter weather advisories in effect. Maybe someday we'll get a radar up there that we can view in the Manistee region, but someday won't be anytime soon.
We'll start our own donations for the Michigan Storm Chasers radar.
Yeah, for those who are curious, a Doppler radar costs, I think, in the ballpark of $20 million after install, not including preventative maintenance that goes in the radar every year, and that's just for one radar. We lost Evan's cam. Can you say anything in chat here about that? Evan, your camera is off. Current time right now is 2:35 p.m. I am Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritzman. We also have Chandler here. Switch on his camera real quick so he can wave. We also have Ryan, who's here, but he's also working in the background. He's having some technical difficulties, so we're all here tracking traffic, snow. It's kind of a laid-back stream. We did have, if you guys missed at the beginning of the stream, a bunch of, we were watching Evans Cam specifically for that 30-car pileup on M6 near Broadmoor. That is still being cleared out at the current time. It's been going on for 4.5 hours now. It's kind of hard to see, but we do have the backup right now on the MDOT drive map here. This is going to be in Hazel Park, Royal Oak area. Looks like it's been cleared out, but traffic is still slow going. Again, that is heading to the west. So 75, 696, right there north of Hazel Park. Cleared crash. Traffic still slow on the east side of the state. If you are down here near Trumbull, I don't know if any of these cameras are going to work. The east side of the state just does not have any cameras working right now, it looks like. They do not, except for that one that was at 696 and 75. So there is a crash on southbound M10 at Interstate 94, just a heads up. Also, a couple of accidents south. Disabled vehicle northbound US 23 near Milan, and a crash on northbound I-275, right lane blocked due to a crash there. Don't see anything on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back at our cameras here on the west side of the state, again, there's your traffic jams for the accidents that are ongoing near M6 and 96, where arguably the worst stretch of road is out there today. So if you live in the Forest Hills area, congrats. You have the worst roads in the entire state. I won't even exaggerate. Worst roads in the entire state right now. That is due to the fact that we had 3 accidents in a span of 2 miles. They stretch from 96 to M6 and M6 to Broadmoor. So you can see here on the map, these 3 exclamation points are those accidents. One of them, again, is that 20 to 30 car pileup, which is located on M6.
Oh boy. Well, since last night, Joel, my yard has been blown completely bare again. I had probably 4 or 5 inches of the powdery snow from the system over the weekend and lake effect, and we are blown back to bare.
Ground blizzard.
Ground blizzard. I don't know if the site is down for the traffic cameras, but I am only able to pull like 1 out of every 6 I click on right now. So
That's the problem with some of those cameras out there. They just don't work on MDOT's cams.
it does appear that there is an accident on I-75 near Holly, between Holly and Groveland. You can see it on one of the cameras. There's a large backup, and then on the other camera you can see some emergency lights. It does look like they do have a lane open for travel. But again, another accident there.
Grand Rapids area also crash on eastbound. Yikes. Jeez Louise. I-196 is just a... Oh my goodness. Is that a car in the wall? I can't tell. Left shoulder, left lane, eastbound. So yeah, that would make sense. That's top of the, they got to the top of the hill and spun into the center median. So that car right there, if you're coming up Medical Mile on 196, again, it is one of the worst hills to drive up, probably on the west side of the state. A lot of people have traveled that before. Get to the top of the hill. Looks like that car is in the center median, so left lane blocked. You're coming up the hill there in Grand Rapids. Did see another incident to the north. Has that been turned off? It has. Okay, so that has been cleared. Current time right now, 2:40. We're getting there. We're getting closer to the evening commute, and so roads are going to start to probably back up twice as much, but as it stands right now, we're still not in peak rush hour.
Yes, it would appear they have the semi back on its wheels north of Muskegon.
Yes, they do. Don't think it's drivable though. It looks like the
No.
trailer got pretty beat up on the side. Yeah. Winter weather
We'll
advisories
call
coming
it
in. New winter weather advisories, Chandler, for Keweenaw, Okanagan, Houghton, Baraga, Southern Houghton, in effect until
Well,
tomorrow at 7. So that's going to be new lake effect snow coming in. Up
That's
into
what
Keweenaw.
everybody watching stream wants to hear. New lake effect snow.
That advisory up there in the Keweenaw in effect for 3 inches of snow, but expect 3 to 6 inches northwest of M26. That's in effect for another 29 hours. So that is a new winter weather advisory. Again, we'll have a new snow map coming out at some point later today, whenever this stream is done. We'll be working on that as soon as possible. Here's your radar across the state. All the blue, I'll turn off all the alerts so it's not confusing. All the blue you see here is lake effect snow, essentially. The system that came through overnight produced our Clipper snow that kind of aided in those higher snowfall totals for West Michigan, has moved off to Southwest Ontario. We're seeing a little bit of lift with that band over in Detroit, but a lot of the lake effect snow is still kind of along and west of I-75. You're still getting snow showers over near the Thumb, over near Tawa City and Alpena, but most of the snow is still to the west of I-75 and really west of 127 this evening. We are seeing a little bit of the snow start to taper off. The environment right now out there has kind of become less than ideal for lake effect snow formation, so good news. Bad news is the roads are still messy. Again, right now it's very slow going, especially across the Grand Rapids area. 94 down there in the Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Jackson regions. And again, with any of these lake effect snow squalls, we're really just seeing slowdowns happen in seconds flat. There is an ambulance out there too, Chandler. I didn't know if you saw that. So hopefully that driver's okay.
Yeah.
We now have another incident. That's where Evan's at, actually. He's at the Lowell exit. M50. Or M50 ends there at the Lowell exit.
Oh, we got another jackknife semi.
Was that Drew?
Yeah. He's on the river. I didn't see it, but he is Douglas. In Douglas. That is, yeah, on the traffic map. I did not quite see it in time. But that is just south of Holland. If you're heading towards Douglas, that traffic is southbound. All lanes blocked due to a jackknife semi. So we're just adding to the total accidents out there today.
Be safe out there, everybody.
We got
Be
Evan,
safe.
who's going to be heading right back to where the other semi is in the ditch. How did that semi get like that? I'm looking on the. Oh, there's a car too. A car and a semi in the ditch. I don't know how they got so far in. That's the momentum, I guess.
Good example here on Evan's stream of some of these smaller, albeit that was a pretty small example of a ground blizzard of that blowing snow drifting across the highway. All of that snow that's fallen over the last 36 hours is very light and very fluffy, and it does not take much to push and blow that around. And it can definitely go over the roadway very quickly.
Yeah, there is a multi-vehicle accident right now just occurred. There's a car and a semi. That semi went all the way over into the wow. Wow, that semi went over in the other lane almost. Completely took out that middle median too. That called the cheese shredder.
Military Highway, I think southbound, I saw it touch completely back up.
Goodness
Just
gracious.
example after example here, folks. Slow down. Wherever you're going can wait an extra 5 to 10 minutes to take it safely.
Yeah, that incident that Evan just saw is here on the cam. That semi was heading westbound and went so far off the road, it basically went into the eastbound traffic. It crossed through the cheese shredder, as we call it, that fence in the middle that's supposed to stop your vehicle. Again, all the way across almost into the eastbound traffic. Looking at his I-96, just reported there near the Lowell exit. About a mile to the west of the Lowell exit, and again, that is in the median between both east and westbound traffic. So it's out of the way, kind of, but almost into the almost into the eastbound lanes. I lost my chat again. I don't know what's going on with it.
I've been bouncing back and forth between platforms.
Yeah. For some reason, chat just does not want to connect. So if you're typing on Facebook, I can't see you guys right now. I'm only seeing YouTube's chat. So if you're saying stuff, or if the mods have any information, or you have any information you want to pass along, just let me know.
There is another accident, Joel, at 28th Street and 96.
On the opposite side of where I'm driving.
Accident on Drew's cam again.
I heard him start talking. That was why I stopped.
Yeah.
I-96 and 28th Street. There is a semi all the way in the median. I am not sure which direction he was traveling. They have an emergency vehicle there.
That's another. That's the. It's another semi in the median.
Yeah.
That's to give you guys an example. That's 4 now on 96 between 28th Street and Lowell. 4.
Was there just another vehicle that went in the median? Do you
Where
have that camera pulled up?
the 28th Street one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't.
I don't know
tell.
if it was just, it might have just been a trick of the light there for a second, but it looked like another vehicle went in. No, I think it was just a trick of the
They
angle.
are redirecting traffic from that other crash, so they are, I believe, shutting down that highway southbound right by Saugatuck.
So here's a semi that is in the median now. Again, not sure how he got that far off of the median, but again, you get the physics and stuff involved, and all of a sudden you're way off in the ditch. So please slow down. It's getting to the point now where there's only so much you can say before it starts to get, like, I don't know. Chandler, help me here. It's getting ridiculous.
Just slow down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you do is just slow down. Like I said, your destination can wait another 5 or 10 minutes. It's not worth going in the median, having everyone else look at you for the next 2 hours, and then, having to potentially pay a ticket to get pulled out, and not to mention the towing bills and everything else. Take an extra 5-10 minutes. It's not worth 3 hours and a bunch of people gawking at you while you're in the ditch.
And going off of 96, I mean, you had 196 from Holland down to South Haven. There's 3 different incidents on that, and those are all jackknife semis 2 that are blocking the highway. You can't even get south on 196 right now because that whole highway is closed from Holland down to Douglas. So speed must be a factor because, I mean, goodness. It doesn't help though that some of these roads are not properly cleared. But again, drive as fast as the conditions allow you to be going, which is not fast at all. So
I'm not going to point fingers at any companies or speculate or anything, but if you're not from the area, the amount of snow and blowing and wind and everything else like that is not something to be taken lightly. So if you know someone who's a long haul over the road trucker and they do have to travel through the lake effect belts, Lake West Michigan, make sure you tell them to give it some extra caution. And 70 miles an hour fully loaded is not a good idea.
And I do see this chat here from Summer as well, because I've seen Summer talk about this before in our chat, is some of these companies, they give you short delivery windows, absolutely. And they push these drivers to drive faster than the conditions are on the road. And so it may not be the fault of the driver, it may be the fault of the company for sure as well. So again, there's a lot of different factors that go into keeping the roads safe out there, and these shorter delivery times, not fun, especially in a state where we have icy roads, lake effect snow that continues to batter the state for 4 months of the year, honestly. So again, it's hard to see 5 incidents in the span of like 8 miles of highway here, especially on the east side of Kent County right now, on 996, and almost every single one of these incidents is a jackknife semi. So again, speed, there's only so much you can do. So now I saw this being brought up behind the scenes as well. As Chandler, you could probably speak on this too, but it appears we're now running into somewhat of a salt shortage out there in roads. So not only are we having these other external factors, but the roads in general are not being cleared because they got to be conservative on some of the salt.
We're getting near to that time where the afternoon forecast updates are going to come out and see what headlines change.
It appears they've got one of the semis cleared at 36th Street, so that one's cleared. That's good. I believe they've gotten the other one cleared right by the M6 interchange. I don't see it anymore, but I still see the cop is there on the right side, so I'm guessing they're getting that towed out of the way. But again, we do have 2 new jackknife semis, both well off into the median. One at I-96 and M50, so that's the Lowell exit. The other right down the road from 28th Street, which is a very busy interchange as well, into the median. Both these incidents just popped up in the last 15 minutes. I I believe there's still that car stuck at the top of College Avenue. I'm looking behind the scenes here. Can't tell now. If you're driving up Medical Mile 96, 196 in Grand Rapids, that's going to be slippery. I'm going to go over to the east side of the state, just check on some incidents here. We have a new one on M10 at Evergreen Road. The camera is really far up, can't see anything there, but just know, crash on southbound M10. The exit ramp at Evergreen is, I think, blocked off because of that. So that's east side of the state. Otherwise, no new accidents over there. A lot of the same. There's actually an accident on M43 in Hastings, downtown Hastings. All lanes closed, M43 between State Road and West Thorn Street. That is in West Michigan, Berry County. So very far southeast of Caledonia and Grand Rapids. My chat's back again.
Hooray.
I don't know what's going on. It just keeps coming in and out. So if you're watching, feel free to say hi. Let us know if the chat's at least still rolling. What you planned on, or what your plans were for the day today. Positive information, negative information. Let us know if you had a good day, bad day. We're here for you. So,
Joel, I don't know if you want to take the I-96 at M50 camera. That's where that semi is jackknifed at Alden Nash there. I think that the semi was traveling
just heading westbound.
towards the camera.
Are you sure?
I don't know which way the camera's facing.
Camera's looking to the west.
Okay.
When Evan passed by, it looked like the tire tracks were from traffic going westbound to eastbound, from the semi specifically. So he's over in now the eastbound lane. So he crossed through.
Correct.
Yeah, so he crossed through, and he's actually in the left lane of traffic for those heading eastbound. So that
It's wild.
he made it through that fence. Evan's coming up here, Chandler, on the one incident at 28th Street, that semi in the median here in just a second. We'll see it on his cam.
There is another accident on I-96 at Fruitbridge Avenue on the northwest side, Grand Rapids.
Thank you, Drew. So he came around, so he was heading eastbound, so he went through the guardrail there as well. And I don't know how they're going to get that semi out of there, truthfully. But yeah, I'm going to go back to, I know Drew wanted to have his cam up for just a second, something about the sunshine, but also snowy. Yeah, definitely the case there. And we'll go back to my cam. Again, here's that semi that, again, the traffic that's heading away from the camera is heading west. And this semi was heading west, went through the median, and slid so far that he is now on the eastbound traffic, the left lane. So he went through the protective fence and almost made it into oncoming traffic. So definitely a scary scene for motorists out there that may have been impacted by this accident. Again, this is going to be probably a while for this accident to be clear as well. There's already a flatbed on the scene. There was also one car involved in this accident, and it's on the flatbed now. But they will be waiting on probably industrial size wrecker to come out there and tow the semis out of the way. And mind you, all of these 5 incidents, all these different semis jackknifed, are in the vicinity of the 20 to 30 car pileup that is still being cleared on M6 right now, between I-96 and Broadmoor. And so you have all these heavier duty wreckers out there right now clearing probably 20 different semis from 5 different accidents across the state. So they're very busy, and so it'll probably take a while for them to get to all of these incidents. So again, no matter where you go, take it slow. Pretty self-explanatory. Whether you're a semi driver or a truck driver, car driver, anything driver, moped driver, no matter what you're driving out there, it's slippery. Whether you're in 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, 18-wheel drive, you're gonna slide no matter what if you slam on your brakes. So it's pretty bad.
18-wheel drive, he says. There is another accident on 94 near Pawpaw. So that is going to be 94 and M40. There appears to be some sort of a jackknife semi in the roadway.
And a car off to the left.
Yeah, and somebody standing outside the car. That is not smart in whiteout conditions with traffic driving by at probably 55 to 60 miles an hour. Not smart there. Don't do that, please. Then another accident here on 94. Take the Miller Road camera and the Sprinkle Road camera on the south east side of Kalamazoo. I mean, that is some very, very reduced visibility through that area there.
All I'm seeing is pixels.
Please.
There's a highway in there somewhere.
Wow.
It's very fuzzy.
Again, and we are talking about a lot of semis that are jackknifed into the median and the off of the roadways. Again, we are talking a little bit more as speculation. Obviously, we're not there. We cannot, say for sure what did or did not happen. We're not blaming anybody. We're not saying that this was caused 100% by speed. Again, we're just saying what we can see here and what it looks like according to our chasers and the live camera feeds that we have obtained across the state. So again, we're not blaming anybody. We're not saying somebody was driving how they weren't supposed to. It's just important to take it slow and be safe out there.
I think we have another incident or two that just popped up in the Detroit area.
Yeah.
Northbound M39, right shoulder crash. Looks like there's just a car off to the side there. Again, right shoulder, so it's a quick slow down through there. It looks pretty, roadway looks pretty wet. There's another incident that just popped up on M39 as well in Warrendale. Someone drove their Cadillac off to the shoulder there.
There's a accident on the M10 at Civic Center near Southfield. Traffic camera, you can see emergency vehicles there. It almost looks like they're stopping anybody from getting on the highway.
M10. I'm trying to figure out where that's at.
Southfield, right by if it would show me the roads, I could tell you, but
Oh yeah, Civic Center. Yep.
I can't tell if they're letting people on the highway or not. I mean, they're
I
definitely
believe
diverting them, but
This incident, Chandler, is on the exit ramp itself, so people are trying to get around the accident. I can't see the accident though, so it's probably
Okay.
there. Knocking on wood, I will do this because I will.
no.
Lansing area is completely smooth sailing right now. That can change on a dime. But
right,
as you can
well.
see, look at all the roads, Chandler. It's green all the way throughout the area, but there are still snow squalls moving through. There's a couple of different isolated snow showers, and even the smallest snow showers are moving through Lansing, DeWitt, Portland right now, and those are heading your way. So with a little bit of humidity out there still left, it is important to watch out there if you're in Lansing later, as some of these snow squalls head your way. But the worst area right now is by far 96 here on the east side of Kent County that we've just continued to be watching today. It was M6 earlier, and now it's just 96, the entirety of it. And rush hour is starting here in the next hour. So, again, like and share. Even if you don't know anybody in the area, a like goes a long ways in helping your fellow Michiganders. A share does as well. So, feel free to do that. We'll be live still for a little bit. Let's see where Evan's at. Evan's in a slowdown. Looks like he did a UE, so he's heading back towards 28th Street right now.
Trying to keep an eye on this drive map, see if anything else pops up anywhere.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa.
Whoa, what?
I don't know if you want to look at the Houghton Ontonagon M38 camera, but that is a lot of snow up there. Oh my goodness.
Which one?
M38 Houghton Ontonagon county line.
Oh, yeah. Drew's back in the whiteout. According to his chat there, you can see the drifting snow across the freeway, and it drops quick. It's no surprise how you get these 20 to 30 car pileups, because that van that just passed him, you can't really see it anymore. And it's only a quarter mile in front of him. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Hi, Kelly. Surprise. I'm on stream.
So there's one of the semis.
Getting pulled out. Nice.
I believe that's the 28th Street incident. Double checking. Nope, that's a different semi. I think that was one of them that was from one of the accidents further to the east. So he is coming up on the red semi truck that is off to the left. And Evan right now is currently on 96 eastbound at 28th Street in the Grand Rapids area. Specifically, that's Burton Road overhead there.
Hey, Crystal Flash.
Hmm?
What do you partner with? Crystal Flash.
Yeah, that sounded, look at the center fence there, Chandler, completely shredded. Went through it. And so
Oh,
now
yeah, wow.
he's in the median. And the tow truck, I don't know how they're gonna do that.
I think they probably
They're
put him back.
Yeah, that's tough because the fence is in the way. He went through the fence and is on the other side of the fence. So I think their only option is gonna have to be to take down that fence there.
Well, we saw on stream last week that with enough determination, grit, and manpower, all they got to do is just
Rip it out of the ground, yeah. That was one.
Out of
That was one pole though. This is
Just do
a
12 of them.
whole section.
It's true. I don't see any new icons here. I don't see any new icons popping up here yet for crashes or anything, which is good. If we are still live tonight, I might stream my drive up to Kalamazoo.
Sounds good. We'll see. Lake effect snow, I think, is going to be tapering off here soon, but we'll see another burst of it for Wednesday. Again, that's why that winter weather advisory was reissued up there, or new winter weather advisory issued for Keweenaw. We'll probably see some new ones get reissued after 7 p.m. tonight, because that's when this winter weather advisory expires for the West Michigan area. But again, Wednesday, the HRRR run, NAM runs do pick up on perhaps another 3 to 5 inches of snow across all of West Michigan. That includes from state line all the way up to the bridge. So
I am checking out the 18Z run currently. I mean, 18Z or the HRRR has kind of been, underplaying everything. Not a forecast officially, but it does show a clearer image than what we had for today. So maybe we can hope and pray for less. 3K NAMs is the same thing. Well. Not a forecast. Not a forecast.
Cold weather advisory just issued just south of the state line. That's for all of northern Indiana for tonight into tomorrow. We do not have any cold weather advisories in effect as it stands for Michigan, but I would imagine wind chills are going to get pretty close to minus 15 if you're down there along and south of 94. Again, a lot of snowpack out there. Somewhat clear skies, although there's lake effect still ongoing. So if you are along and south of 94, there are cold weather advisories south of the state line, but some of those wind chills of minus 10 to minus 15 could make their way into southern Michigan. Could we have sunny weather, please, over the snow? How about both? We got sun and snow on stream right now.
Yes. Best of both worlds, snow and sun in Michigan.
That noise in your background, Chandler, sounds like you're scrolling your mouse.
Does it?
Yeah, it sounds like you just keep scrolling your mouse over and over.
I have a space heater running for those asking. I live in an old home, and it is chilly in the old home when it is this chilly outside. So I do have a space heater running.
Evan's at the scene of where one of those semis was jackknifed. It has been cleared, so that's good news there. That one's been cleared. One down. Let's see how many red exclamation points are still up. Both of the red exclamation points are gone around 36th Street and M6. But we still have the one red semi that's in the ditch at 28th Street. We still have the one that is in the median, through the median, and almost or into oncoming traffic at Alden Nash. That's M50 at the Lowell exit on 96. And they are still clearing the accident from earlier on M6. That is going to be between 96 and Broadmoor, which is actually where Evan is heading right now. As you can see, westbound traffic is open on M6. Eastbound traffic still closed. So if you plan on heading eastbound down M6 beyond Broadmoor, it is closed at the current time. Will likely stay closed for perhaps another hour or two. I can't imagine it's going to be too much longer now before that side's open, but I guess we'll see. Looks like they have a salt truck right there on the MDOT trucks. They are getting the freeway prepared to be back open, but they're going to put down some material there before that happens. So as you can see, heading the wrong way on the interstate, that is a clear sign that that side is still closed. We got Sheba in chat saying new crash on southbound 131.
Uh-oh.
Where at? Oh. Yep, 92nd Street.
Is there an icon for it?
Yeah, there's a traffic camera. It's in Kent County. It's zoomed right in on the vehicle.
Mine is not pulling up. I don't know if yours is.
One sec. This is what I'm talking about right here. This it's I can't tell you the context of what direction this is, but there is clearly a vehicle that is disabled here, and it does look like the back windshield is. That's actually a cop car.
I hope there wasn't a cop that was crunched.
That is a cop car because there's red and blue lights on the back of it. I don't know.
Not
Our
sure either.
nearest cam there would be the Moline camera, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right shoulder, right lane, closed to a crash, and that's southbound 131.
Looks like we did lose one of the crash icons on 96. That is good news.
Eastbound 96 at Fruit Ridge has been cleared as well. Good news there. We'll see that icon disappear in just a second. I'll reload. Uh-oh. That was a big mistake. Oh, there we go. It looks like everyone's trying to get on the MDOT drive map now this evening, which makes sense.
I think that other, unless, again, I could just very well be wrong, which wouldn't be the first time nor the last. The that red semi that we looked at, that was in the median, that must be a different one because the I-96 at M50 Alden Nash there, that semi is still protruding into the other lanes of traffic. So whatever one Evan drove by, which I was thinking was that one, is still a hazard.
So here's Chandler, the 20 car, 30 car pilot from earlier. It looks like they have gotten to their last vehicles to clear out here. I see it's looking a lot better than it was earlier. It looks like it's just a bunch of emergency vehicles now, and there's something spilled there.
There was a viewer report that said Coca-Cola everywhere. So I don't know if it was like 2 liters of
That's what it looked-
Coca-Cola.
That's what it looked like.
Unconfirmed, but
Looks like there was just a mess of just dark substance there on the side of the highway. So it looks like they're down to their last couple vehicles. So I would imagine they're going to open it up here probably right around the evening rush hour. Don't quote me on that. Again, they still got probably some investigations to do, but it's getting better out there. But as you can see, heading westbound on M6, it's one lane that's clear. And even if it does look clear, there is still a little bit of ice underneath, so you do want to be taking it slow or as fast as the road will let you drive.
Preferably not any faster. We do not want to see your vehicle on the crash icon. I'm still trying to figure out if the back of that law enforcement vehicle was hit or if that's just how they are, because like one light is lit up on the top, the other one's lit up in the middle of the tailgate. I'm pretty sure they have a set of each. But
I think it flashes left to right alternate, but the one thing that is brought to my attention here, it doesn't look like they have a back windshield.
I was kind of thinking that as well.
It looks like someone ran into the back of them. Evans here in the fast lane, and you can just see, just look at the pavement in front of him there. It's just, yeesh.
If you pull up the Pawpaw camera, I think just past the camera, we're not able to see it, I don't think, but there is probably some sort of a pile up there. There is a rider. Okay, it just switched the other direction. There was a rider box truck in the median there.
Yeah, that I see that chat behind the scenes there, and again, that was something we kind of knew, and continued to be confirmed. The interstate. This is that same stretch that had the vehicle fire a couple weeks ago near Saugatuck and Douglas. I-196 is closed down in 4 spots, and I can confirm this. North of South Haven, south of Glen, north of Douglas, south of Holland. So northbound, southbound closed in 2 different spots. That's a total of 4 closures from Holland down to South Haven. It is now 3:23 at the bottom of the screen there. I am Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritzmo alongside Vice President of Operations Chandler right below me, and continue to track just horrible traffic out there. Drew's back in a whiteout. He is in the Hudsonville area, I believe. That's where one of those lake effect bands are coming down heavily, and indeed that is. So if you're 196 between Granville and Zeeland right now, you do have a really good, really wide snow squall coming through that entire stretch. You can see visibility is there about a half a mile, maybe even a quarter mile, dropping down to a quarter mile. So it's not great. It's not the worst, but it's not great either.
the roads are bad enough to where I'm trying to reschedule my events this evening. So
Yeah.
if the storm chaser doesn't want to go out and drive 45 minutes, that's how you know it's tough out there.
Yeah, and I was.
So the 131 cam is zoomed out now.
I see that. Yeah, I was scheduled to have a little bit of presentation myself over on the east side of the state, but that would take me through a lot of the worst conditions out there, so I was not able to make it this evening. We'll be out there hopefully again soon for a reschedule. As you can see, there is the accident at 131 at 92nd Street. That is a cop car down there. Not sure if it got hit, but it is blocking the right shoulder so that people can find alternate ways to get transported away from the scene. Again, it looks like it's maybe 1 or 2 vehicles involved. Again, south side of Grand Rapids, over near Cutlerville and Moline.
I don't know, Joel, if you want to talk about what we can expect the rest of the evening across the state in terms of continued snow and wind.
Go check it out. So wind chills this evening, that's the one thing everyone wants to know, is they're going to get pretty cold. Again, that snowpack out there is keeping things cold, especially inland portions of the state. Wind chills down around -15 up and down the M66 corridor, also across the western UP. Those will continue into Wednesday morning. We do see a revamp of our lake effect snow as we move into Wednesday, and that's why it gets a little bit warmer out there. And then we do have more colder wind chills coming in for Thursday. Wind chills perhaps down near -20, -25, mainly across northern Michigan, but you can't see it here as we get into Friday. Wind chills perhaps down around -25 again for the entire state. So for those who are already at their 5, or I think some districts do 6 school closing days, a lot of places already have hit that number. And so we're now at the point now where some schools are going to have to pick and choose on what days they go to school. Otherwise, they will have to make up some days in the summer as we move into the next couple months of winter here, unfortunately.
Reminds me of 2012 and 2013. Maybe not for you guys, but for us. We had a lot of snow. I think we had like a 3-week span. I think we were in school for like 3 or 4 days.
2019 was another one of those years. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
How's M6 look now? We just had Evan pass by. He reported that they are cleaning up the mess from what appeared to be Coca-Cola, and I see Evan put that in chat here that it was indeed Coca-Cola that was spilled on the highway. So they got to clear that up. They got to get that mess out of the way, and I think once they do that, they'll be able to open M6. Again, it's still going to be very slick out there. So roll the dice as you deem fit. But M6 is still closed eastbound as of right now. We just had Evan pass by. In terms of radar, though, for this evening, again, lake effect snow continuing. Tapers off a little bit tonight, especially across the lower peninsula. This is at midnight tonight. But again, as we head into Wednesday, it does appear that we do get a second burst late Wednesday and then moving into Thursday. So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll have a snowfall forecast out either tonight or first thing tomorrow for more lake effect snow as we move into the middle portion of the week.
I will do a shameless plug here. I don't know if I made it up on the page yesterday or not, but we have joined Cameo. If you don't know what Cameo is, you can get a personalized birthday message or a pump-up message or get advice from the team here at Michigan Storm Chasers. We try to go as low in price as the app lets us go. So if you want a happy birthday message from Michigan Storm Chasers, we are happy to do that. And we also have crew neck merchandise. So all of the designs that you guys saw in hoodies and t-shirts are now available in crew necks due to popular demand. You can check them out on our website at www.michiganstormchasers.com // merch MSC.
There you go. There's your crew necks. Some of the popular designs, of course, Lake Effect Snow Band, Great Lakes, always fresh, sometimes frozen, and Lake Effect Certified. I saw those were very popular demand for sure, so feel free to go check it out. Back to the traffic map. I'll go ahead and turn off all the camera icons so you guys can kind of see where all the incidents are. There's about a dozen or so, just over a dozen incidents out there. The worst area right now is 96 at M6, but also where the winds are now switching out of the northwest, I-196 between Holland and South Haven. There are 4 different closures on I-196 right now. You basically have to take all back road if you're going from Holland down to South Haven or vice versa. One of the closures in both directions is in Douglas. The other is near Glen and a couple miles north of South Haven. So do your part in rerouting or just staying off the roads tonight. I know I am. And Chandler might be too if he's rescheduling his plans too. So it's not a great night to be out there. And we do have the ground blizzard conditions for portions of eastern Michigan. While the roads do look clear over there right now, those occasional wind gusts will blow around that powdery snow that we got from the winter storm this past weekend. So in spots, it will suddenly just blow up, and you'll get visibilities down under probably 500 feet in a matter of seconds.
Yes. Well, Joel, what do you think? You want to try and take the next little bit off and gear up for the evening and roll from there?
Probably. I know we were trying to get Ben in here, but his camera's not working at the current time. So we can go ahead and at least run through some of the sponsors, and then if there's no other breaking information for the closures out there, we'll go ahead and hop off for now. Again, all of our information, all of our traffic updates and stuff, when we're not live, all of our information can be found on our Facebook page, Michigan Storm Chasers. Give it a follow if you haven't already. We just hit, I think, 635,000 of you guys today, so thank you guys so much for following. Best place, of course, to watch these live streams, as always, is right here on YouTube at MI Storm Chasers, or over on Twitch or X, also same username. But again, we cannot do it without the help of you guys, and of course, our trusted partners here at Michigan Storm Chasers who help keep streams running. So again, feel free to write down these phone numbers as we go through them. All of their information listed as we go through. Side banner is where all the information is listed. Starting off, of course, with Storm Guard, Metro Detroit North, for all of your construction and roofing needs in North Metro Detroit. For the Lansing and Potterville area, Katz Roofing and Siding. Mike Hayes Roofing and Siding for all of your roofing needs in Sanilac and St. Clair County region. McKay Tree Specialists for all of your tree care needs in Southeast Michigan. Not sure what Evan was looking at there. Was that a stuck plow? Looked like it kind of looked like it for a second. He had the camera turned to the right, but I was curious to see what
I'll go back and check it out on the stream if you want to keep rolling.
Sweet. Back to our sponsors though. Kuiper Tree Care for all of your tree care needs across West Michigan. K Tree Specialist was Southeast Michigan for those who didn't catch it. On Top Roofing, all of your roofing needs across Livingston County and surrounding areas. Top Gun Roofing and Exteriors for all of your roofing needs across West Michigan. Up into Northwest Michigan, best place to go to there is A-Class Construction and Restoration. Rainbow Restoration for all of your restoration needs in West Michigan. Rapid Radios, you heard our chasers communicating with us on stream here. That is thanks to Rapid Radios. Additionally, we also have Garger Technologies for all of your security camera needs, located out of Burton. Ronald McDonald House of Detroit, feel free to donate to families in need today by calling the number on the screen. American Arbor for all of your tree care needs across Southwest Michigan. Need some restoration in the Genesee County and the Thumb? Apex Restoration and Mitigation is the place to go there. Help clear off your driveways this winter with Clear Plow Snow Pushers. It's not too late to order. Get them ready for your next winter storm or perhaps winter of 2026-27. Top-notch tree care for all of your tree care needs in the Lansing and Jackson region. 127 corridor there. And lastly, Crystal Flash. For all of your fuel propane delivery needs, contact Crystal Flash today, servicing the entire state. And we do have some other sponsors coming soon that we are excited to announce. So stay tuned for that. And again, if you would like to become a sponsor as well here at Michigan Storm Chasers and help out in funding these streams and all of our operations, Chandler, right below me, is the guy to email. Chandler@MichiganStormChasers.com.
Thank you all for tuning in today for our coverage. If the evening commute goes poorly, we may pop back on to make sure that we're providing as good a coverage as we can, helping keep people safe. Again, if you do know of anyone or you yourself have plans to travel tonight, consider rescheduling or make sure bare minimum that you leave extra time to get to your destination so you get there safely. And if you are passing the scene of an accident, focus on driving. Please don't focus on filming the accident with your phone in a traffic jam with everybody else who is also trying to do the same thing. Lastly, Sherry, happy birthday. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And that's it for me.
Sweet. I just want to bring you guys' attention right back to where that semi-truck was in the median at the Lowell exit. Here's the live camera at the Lowell exit. There is no view of it because one of the snow squalls is moving through right now. It doesn't even look that bad on radar, but that tiny little snow squall right here on I-96, right at the Lowell exit, is responsible for visibility that looks like this. So even the smaller lake effect snow bands, even the snow squalls that make it over to the east side of the state, those will result in conditions that do appear like that. Checking in on the other semi. Again, there's a semi out there in the distance. There's your visibility once again on I-96. You can't see the semi in the median up there in the distance. So needless to say, visibility is down to 1/8 of a mile, probably even a couple hundred feet here on I-96 in Grand Rapids, right as we head into soon peak rush hour, right around 4 and later. So do allow extra time, and honestly, it's probably a better option to just stay on the back roads tonight. Again, do what feels best for you guys, but again, travel with care as your number one priority. But Chandler and I are going to head off for now. We'll roll the outro. We'll be posting more stuff on our Facebook page, Instagram page, X page throughout the evening, and we'll break back in for more storm chasing perhaps later this evening. Drive safe no matter where you're at. Hit that follow and like button on the way out, and we'll catch you guys later right here at Michigan Storm Chasers for more winter weather or perhaps severe weather coverage. Take care, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Jinx.